Oh, so hot you wouldn't believe. They told me mountain basins were hot, but I had no idea it'd be this bad. It rained this morning, so the humidity was crazy high. It was like being in a sauna.
That sounds rough. You're done with work for the day now, though, right?
Yeah, I jumped in the shower the second I got back to my hotel room.
What are you having for supper?
I just grabbed something at the store nearby. I'm too drained for anything fancy tonight.
You have to eat properly, dear, but I guess eating out would be tiring for you, huh?
It's too hot, babe. I'll tell you. It might be late, but it still feels like an oven outside. If not for the aircon in my hotel room, I'd be a goner. I've only been here 2 days and I already want to come home. How are things on your end, babe? How's little Ronnie doing?
He's doing great, thanks, honey. He's doing so well, he'll probably drive you crazy with the noise if you were here.
Boys will be boys.
He tells me things are going amazingly well with his new class. He made a bunch of friends already.
He likes his new teacher too, right? What was his name again? Mr. Duncanson?
Yeah, that's him. Oh, the kids love him. He's only a young guy in his 20s, but he's really good with the kids. And most importantly, he knows how to keep the little rascals in line. It's not just the kids that like him either. Apparently, he's a hit with the parents, too. I hope Ronnie's in his class next year, too.
I'm glad to hear things are going well for him. It's important he has a good time at school.
He said he feels a little lonely without you here, though. He keeps asking me when you're coming home.
Really? I think how big he's gotten lately made me think he's older than he actually is. I have to remind myself he's still a kid.
He's still a little cutie. No matter how big he gets, he'll always be our baby.
I'll tell him his daddy's going to come back as soon as he possibly can, okay? Also, tell him I'm pleased he's enjoying school, but to remember to behave himself.
Sure thing. I'll pass it on, honey. Look after yourself, Neil. Make sure to drink enough water.
Sure thing, babe. I will. You too. Thanks for keeping everything at the house under control until I get back. I'm counting on you, babe.
Sorry, I couldn't speak on the phone, Neil. There's an emergency here.
Why didn't you pick up? I've got an emergency here myself.
No, my emergency is bigger. Apparently, our son had an accident at school. Me and Ronnie's teacher are in an ambulance on our way to the hospital right now. You need to come back home ASAP.
Huh?
Not huh, hurry up.
But so am I.
What do you mean?
I'm in an ambulance with Ronnie's teacher too.
Huh? But aren't you away on business?
I cancelled my business trip and rushed home as fast as I could when I heard.
How can you possibly be on your way before me?
Ronnie's teacher called and told me he hurt himself. You know Mr. Duncanson, he's sat next to me in the ambulance right now.
But why would he call you before me? His first emergency contact should be the house phone, second my mobile.
Yeah, but he couldn't get through to you either. Thankfully, he's a quick thinker and he called me up on my mobile using Ronnie's phone. That's how he got in touch with me.
Ronnie's phone?
Mr. Duncanson said he panicked when he couldn't get through to you. Normally they wouldn't use a student's phone, but this was an emergency.
But what about your business trip? Is everything going to be okay with work?
I made my apologies and told them it couldn't be helped. They were pretty understanding given the circumstances, so luckily nothing bad will come of my early departure. An emergency is always an emergency. Anyway, where are you headed?
Ronnie's on his way to the hospital, right?
Why'd you keep asking me questions? What's going on?
Forget that, just answer me. Why are you here on your way to the hospital when you were supposed to be away on business? I don't see how you could make it to the hospital on time.
Huh? You don't understand what's going on here at all, do you? Ronnie arrived at the hospital ages ago, and I just arrived at the hospital after dropping out of my business trip early.
So why are you in an ambulance?
We're on the way to the big hospital in the next town where they have the facilities to give Ronnie the care he needs.
So that's why you're in an ambulance?
Oh, by the way, why are you lying about being in an ambulance? Or better yet, where the hell are you right now?
Is Ronnie okay?
He's still unconscious.
I don't mean that. Tell me about his condition. How badly is he hurt?
Do I look like a goddamn doctor to you? I don't know. If you want to know so badly, then how about you get down here yourself? Your son just had a serious accident. Where the hell are you? And what the hell are you playing at?
I just went out for a little while. Ronnie planned on going straight to his friend's house after school, so I didn't have to be home to cook his dinner or anything. I thought it'd be fine to go out until 6 p.m. or so.
In that case, why don't you just tell me? Why would you go out of your way to lie about being in an ambulance? Was there some reason you didn't want me to know you were out?
Our son just had a serious accident. Any good mother would be able to rush out ASAP, but I couldn't because I was out. I'm a failure as a parent. I didn't notice the calls from his teacher either, so I just pretended I was already on my way so you wouldn't think badly of me.
Mr. Duncanson was spam calling you. How could you not notice for several hours? Were you preoccupied with something?
I'm sorry, I just noticed all the missed calls and messages.
Mr. Duncanson's been great. He stayed with him the whole time after he hurt himself. Now he's on the way to the big hospital with us. He's really reassuring to have around. To be honest, he's a hell of a lot more reliable than his mother.
Please, Neil, don't be mad with me. Do you see now? This is exactly why I had to lie, because I knew you'd react like this.
Look at you, already trying to justify lying to your own husband. I can't believe you'd make up a big, steaming pile of bullshit story to justify arriving late to the hospital. Are you hiding something from me?
I'm not hiding anything.
Then why are you so vague and evasive every time I ask you where you are? No matter which way you look at it, you're acting suspiciously.
Forget that. You should be worried about Ronnie right now. This isn't the time to be obsessing over something so trivial.
Trivial? Pulling a vanishing act when your son has a serious accident and then lying to try and cover it up is trivial? I said I was counting on you to keep things under control while I was away, didn't I?
I'm so sorry.
I don't need an apology. I need an explanation.
I'll tell you everything later.
I don't know where you are, but you need to hurry up and get your ass to the hospital. How long is it going to take you to get to the hospital? Just how far away are you?
I'm not going.
Excuse me?
I don't want to go to the hospital.
Don't screw me around. You're doing this to run away from your responsibility of explaining to me what the hell you were doing when Ronnie hurt himself, aren't you?
What's the point? You'll never forgive me no matter what I say, so what's the damn point?
Just what exactly are you afraid of, Fiona? Do you have any idea how hard Ronnie's trying to keep it together right now? He needs you by his side now more than ever. How can you live with yourself? If missing his teacher's calls makes you a failure as a mother, then what the hell does this make you?
Whether I'm there or not won't change anything. He'll be fine as long as he has you and Mr. Duncanson by his side.
You're his goddamn mother. Besides, Mr. Duncanson just went back to school. Even the vice principal stopped by to check on him earlier. How is it that everyone seems to care about Ronnie except his own mother?
Because if I do, all you'll do is attack and blame me. I just know it.
You're not coming because you're scared I'll demand an explanation, you mean? Fine. Forget it. Don't bother coming today. In fact, don't bother coming to visit him at any point ever.
Neil, please. It's not that I'm not worried about Ronnie. Please, you have to believe me.
But you're more concerned with avoiding responsibility than checking on him. So how worried can you be? You really are a failure as a mother. I'm so disappointed in you. How can you live with yourself? You know what? Forget it. If you're capable of this, nothing I say will make a difference.
Don't say things like that. Oh my God. If you're going to say such awful, mean-spirited things, maybe I would just rather be shouted at.
I don't have another second to waste on you. I'll be calling my parents and having them come down. As for you, you can go wherever the heck you please, because you're no longer welcome at this hospital.
I'm having an affair.
Excuse me?
I have a lover. We were at a hot spring resort together today. The reason I didn't notice Mr. Duncanson's calls is because we were soaking in the hot tub together and my phone was in my bag in the other room.
You were soaking in the hot tub with your lover when your son had a serious accident? I can't believe this.
Do you see why I couldn't tell you now?
To think you didn't notice me or Mr. Duncanson trying to call you. Just how long were you soaking in the hot tub with Loverboy?
Maybe 2 or 3 hours. We rented out a private room with an open-air hot tub.
Just the two of you, huh? That sounds real nice. Well, let's be real here. You weren't just soaking in the hot tub for those 2 or 3 hours, were you? You were getting piped by Loverboy. You must have been having a real good time to forget your phone for all that time.
I noticed all the missed calls from Mr. Duncanson as soon as we got out of the tub. I found out about Ronnie's accident when I listened to the voicemails. Given how much time had passed, I figured you'd probably have heard about what happened somehow or other, and when I realized you'd be suspicious about why I wasn't at the hospital already, I didn't know what else to do, so I lied.
What you really meant is that you'd rather lose everything than risk me finding out about your sordid little affair with Loverboy. I hope you have a nice life together.
No, you're wrong. That's not true. I swear it isn't. I lied because I didn't want to destroy our happy life together. Me, you, and Ronnie, our family. I didn't want to break up our family, Neil. Please, you have to believe me.
Our happy family got destroyed the moment you decided to get piped by some other dude behind my back. We can never go back to how we were now. We're finished.
I never thought this would happen. Never in a million years would I have imagined Ronnie would have an accident while I was with him. Why did this have to happen to our Ronnie? If his teachers were watching him properly, this would have never happened. This is all Mr. Duncanson's fault.
The accident happened after school when he was on his way home. He was nowhere near the school premises. This has nothing to do with his teachers, and they bear zero responsibility. Which is why Mr. Duncanson's response was even more impressive. He rushed out as soon as he got a call from a woman whose kid goes to the school, and also happens to live down the street where the accident happened. I couldn't be more grateful for how he handled the whole situation.
But if Mr. Duncanson had been with Ronnie, this could all have been avoided.
Have you lost your mind? Why the hell would Ronnie's teacher walk him home? Stop trying to shift the blame, Fiona. As for where responsibility for the accident actually lies, I'll be discussing it later with the police and the school. Right now, I'd like to find a solution for the problem of my lying bitch wife. So tell me, how long have you been seeing Loverboy?
Something like 2 years, maybe?
How old is he?
22.
Wow, so he's a kid. So let me get this straight. You've been meeting up with your toy boy this whole time while I've been at work and Ronnie's been at school. You've been betraying me and our son for a whole 2 years.
I made a mistake.
You can say that again. And so did I for ever seeing anything in you. Sadly for you, my heart is not big enough to forgive you for this.
No, don't say that. Please, baby, find it in your heart to forgive me. I'll do anything. I'll get on my knees and beg if that's what you want. I'll do whatever you say from now on. Anything. Please forgive me. I'm begging you.
You'll do whatever I say. Oh, interesting. All right, let's see if you mean it. I want a divorce, so sign the papers. I want you out of the house as soon as Ronnie's out of hospital.
No, please, just give me one more chance. I've been a good wife to you, haven't I?
Sure. I mean, aside from lying to and betraying me and your son for 2 years straight, guess you have. But wait, that's not all. You don't have a job, do you?
Huh? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden?
Oh, forgive me for picking up on this late. I've kind of had a lot to process, you know. But whose money have you been going on hot spring resort vacations with? Something tells me it's not your kid lovers.
Well,
No way. So not only have you been cheating on me, you've been spending my hard-earned money on trips with your lover. Where the hell did you even meet someone that young?
He's an escort. I found him online and I was lonely, so I thought, why not give it a try? And I guess we kind of just clicked.
You've been seeing an escort? And how did you pay for it? Wait, have you been eating into our savings?
I am so sorry.
That savings account was for Ronnie's college fund. Is that how you've been funding your double life? That money was for Ronnie's future.
But if I didn't keep spending money on him, I thought he might break up with me. He started saying his schedule was full and charging extra fees for house calls.
That ain't my goddamn problem. I can't believe you've been eating into Ronnie's future to fund a sordid affair with someone who doesn't even like you. You're not going to get away with this. I'm telling your mum and dad.
No, please, I'll tell them myself.
Do you really think I can trust you to do that after everything? No doubt you'll withhold the truth from them if I don't tell them myself. Don't bother. I'll do it.
I won't lie anymore, I swear. Just what exactly do you take me for?
A traitor? A liar? A disgraceful pile of stinking human garbage.
Ugh, don't call me those horrible things. So you want to break up with me, do ya, huh? Well, you know what? I'm not attracted to you either. You're a worn-out, flabby old man, and I'd take a hot, young, muscular stud over you any day of the week. I'm breaking up with you before you can break up with me.
The only one being broken up with here is you. Let me make one thing clear. You have a duty to pay Ronnie child support until he reaches adulthood. I'll be filing compensation for the emotional distress you put me through too.
Whatever, I'll make it work somehow.
Oh, really? Do you even believe that yourself? You haven't held down a job for more than 2 weeks in your entire life. Even if you did get a job, and even if by some miracle you actually worked hard at it, you'd still be spending most of your wages on child support and compensation. Your life of luxury is over. You're deluded if you think your new life's going to be anything like the one I gave you.
Whatever, I don't care. I'll make it work somehow. I just know it.
Where does your confidence come from?
My boyfriend's kind, he treats me like a princess. He reminded me what it's like to have butterflies in my stomach. It's been a long time since I felt that with you. As long as I have him, we can support each other. I don't care whether you break up with me because I don't need you anymore.
What would you say the shelf life on a male escort is? What are you going to do for money once you can't get work anymore? Have you even discussed a future together with him? Are you sure he doesn't think your relationship is something completely different to the fairy tale you seem to have built up in your head?
Huh?
Or is it more likely the case that he's only with you for my money? Is he really going to be there to support you once the money dries up? Well, I guess you'll know soon enough.
What the hell do you know about him?
Nothing. But if he had any kind of genuine feelings for you, would he really be piling on extra charges for call-outs? My guess is no. If he really liked you, he'd want to be with you irrespective of whether there was money in it for him or not. He's not your boyfriend. You're just being artificially held together by my money.
So, what are you suggesting I do? If you're going to abandon me, then who am I supposed to live with?
How about going back to your parents' place?
But if they find out about the affair, they'll disown me. You know how old-fashioned my dad is about stuff like this, right?
All right, so live by yourself.
But, oh my God. Neil, even if we break up, you will let me see Ronnie, won't you?
Sure, if he wants to see her. But I'll be telling him exactly what you did once he's old enough to understand. So I wouldn't hold my breath. After that, I'll leave it to him to decide what he wants.
Oh my God, why would you? You're gonna try driving a wedge between me and my own son? You can't steal my boy from his mother. Ronnie is my treasure.
Oh, look who's talking. You're the one who betrayed him. Drop the doting mother act already. You couldn't even bring yourself to come to the hospital when he was seriously injured. You have no right to call yourself a mother.
Fine, you're right. I'll come to the hospital right now. I can come, can't I?
Nah, don't bother.
but me being there will help Ronnie feel better. There are things I can do for him.
You are more interested in your lover than your injured son. What could you possibly do for him? How can I entrust my injured son with someone I can't even rely on to watch their house? That night, Ronnie regained consciousness. Fiona finally came to visit him 3 days after he arrived at hospital. I just ignored her and focused on his recovery as she snuggled up to him in her phony act as the saintly mother. Finally, after Ronnie was discharged from the hospital and went back to school, me and my wife got a divorce. Personally, I would have liked to do it earlier, but I would have felt bad for Ronnie if he had to deal with his mum disappearing while he was still recovering. Apparently, after the divorce, Fiona brazenly attempted to invite herself to live on the lover's sofa. But just as I predicted, he flipped out at her and said no. He was just using her for money all along. To no one's surprise, he suddenly had no interest in my ex-wife when he found out she was up to her ears in compensation and child support payments. Ronnie made a full recovery, suffering no lasting effects from the accident, went back to school in good health and high spirits. Oh, want to hear some good news? Apparently, Mr. Duncanson's going to be his teacher next year too. Woohoo! Ronnie tells me he was always there for him to help him catch up on his studies when he went back to school. He really is a great guy. Also, being fully aware of the situation between me and Ronnie's wayward mother, he also provided him with emotional support. Not only that, but apparently he also asks after me. Is your dad alright? Is he sleeping properly? Can you believe it? What a guy. I burst into tears when I got a letter from him after the whole thing had blown over. In it, he wrote how he understood how hard the whole ordeal must have been on me, and that if I ever needed someone to talk to, he'd be there. I decided to take him up on his offer, which means me and Mr. Duncanson, or Steve as I call him now, going out for a beer next week.
I thought we agreed that it's just going to be the two of us today, Ava and me. Why did you also come, Ella? I wanted to spend time with my daughter, not you.
I think the reason is pretty clear, Sam. I had to make sure that you didn't kidnap Ava. You may be planning to take her away from me.
God, Ella, do you think I'll do something like that? I'm not a psycho. And Ava is already in 8th grade. It's important to be protective of her. But I wouldn't be able to take her by force. She seems like she's maturing up so fast, too. If I ever try to do something to her by force, she'll clearly tell me no. I think you're being too sensitive.
No, I don't think so. I'm just being a good mother to her. I don't want her to be in any danger. Ava still thinks you're her father, although we got divorced. To be honest, I don't want her to think that we're still a family. And Ava is still a middle schooler. She's still a little kid, in my opinion. She's not capable of protecting herself yet. She trusts you for some reason, so there's a possibility of her simply following you home if you talk her into doing so.
I look for the day that I can meet my precious daughter every month, but you ruin all the fun by coming along. What's the point of us getting divorced if I see you regularly? You get to see Ava every day because you live with her, but I only get to see her once a month. I thought we agreed on this when we got divorced. I know you're worried about her as a mother, but you're being too sensitive.
I'm just trying to be responsible and protect her from the dangers because I'm her mother. Just stop complaining, will you? I've already gotten remarried, so Ava has a new father figure. She doesn't need you to be her father anymore. I honestly don't want her to see you regularly. I don't see the point of doing so.
I'm thankful that you're allowing me to see her every month. Don't get me wrong. By the way, is Ava getting along with her new father well? Does she feel awkward to be around him?
It's none of your business. Why do I have to tell you about my private matters?
I wanted to ask Ava about her relationship with her new father, but I didn't get a chance to because you were also with us today. We did get a divorce, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm Ava's new father. It's also my business because it's about Ava. I also have to make sure she's not stressed. I also want to help her.
They're both doing fine. They have a good father-daughter relationship, so there's nothing you have to be worried about. And to be honest, he's a way better father than you. It's not just me who benefited from our divorce. Ava doesn't need you as her father anymore. Just accept the truth, Sam.
That's good to hear. But who do you think you are to laugh at me like that? You're the one who cheated on me during our marriage and ruined our family.
But I still got custody over Ava. Poor you. I may have been the one who cheated on you, but at least the court thought I deserved the right to live with Ava. I guess you really lack the ability to be a good father. It's too late to be sarcastic to me, Sam. You should accept how lacking you were as a father.
The fact that you cheated isn't really taken into account when the court decides which parent gets custody. I've heard that the mother tends to get custody over the child when the parents get divorced, but I still can't understand why you got that right. I just don't get why the court decided you would be a better parent for Ava after what you did to our family.
I don't care. Say whatever you want. It's none of my business. It's too late to complain anyways. The court has made the decision, and we agreed.
I know. I'm powerless no matter what I say. By the way, Ella, there's something I wanted to ask you. What happened to Ava's foot? It was bandaged pretty heavily. She told me she got hurt during her club activities. But is she telling me the truth?
Yes, obviously. Why would she lie to you? I don't understand why you're being suspicious when Ava is the one who told you that. You believed her when she told you. Why check with me now?
Well, she looked like she was trying hard to convince me that she really got hurt at school. I thought she was acting a bit weird. If I remember correctly, Ava isn't part of any sports team. Her club isn't related to sport, is it? How could she hurt her leg so badly if she doesn't play sports?
She decided to join a sports team after we got divorced. It's just that, okay? Kids get hurt all the time, so don't freak out.
But Ava never told me about joining a sports team. I never knew she was athletic.
Why does she have to tell her divorced father everything? It's up to her what to tell you or not. I bet she thinks you're annoying and was probably too tired to tell you about it. Can't you leave her alone?
Is that why she's not texting me back like she used to? She used to text me back whenever I sent her messages. I don't think she's the type to ignore text though.
Ava is maturing, and she's in her adolescence. Just let her be and keep a distance from her, okay? I bet you don't really get how she's maturing up every day because you don't live with her. She's got a lot on her mind. Let her figure it out on her own.
Really? I can be a good listener if she wants someone to talk to. She looked like she had something she wanted to tell me, but she ended up not telling me anything. I think she needs someone to talk to, so I don't think it's all about her being a teen. Are you sure Ava's doing okay? Have you heard anything from her?
Gosh, Sam, I'm telling you that she's completely fine. Remember, you're her ex-father, okay? She has a new father she can rely on. Make sure to keep a good distance from her. Both Ava and I are happy with our new family. Leave us alone, Sam. Don't ruin our happiness we finally found. You're not part of our family anymore.
I'm just worried about my daughter. I'm still her real father, Ella. Please, Ella, promise me you'll be a good parent.
You don't have to tell me that. I already know. Goodbye, Sam.
Dad, are you there? I'm so sorry, but I don't think I can be with Mom anymore. I don't want to be here.
Ava, what's wrong? Did you have a fight with your mom? You can tell me everything, Ava.
It's way worse than that. Mom only listens to what her new husband says. She never listens to what I have to say. She's never on my side. She doesn't protect me at all. Do you remember my bandaged leg when we met the other day? I lied. I didn't get hurt during my club activities. Actually, it was my new dad who hurt me.
Your new dad hurt you? Is he being violent to you? Are you all right, Ava? What is he thinking? I thought he was being a good father to you.
He hates me because I'm not his real daughter. I don't think he ever saw me as his daughter. He always hits me or kicks me whenever I try to object to what he says. He expects me to follow all his orders because I'm his daughter.
Did you tell Mom about this? What did she say?
Dad, I told you she's never on my side. She only listens to what he says. She's obedient to her new husband. She's just there watching me get hurt when he gets violent with me. There's no point in seeking her help. I think she doesn't want to get involved.
Okay, so this is what you wanted to tell me when we met the other day. You weren't able to tell me because your mom was with you, right? I guess she came along to watch you.
When we just moved in to live with him, there weren't any problems. We were just a normal family. But then, he recently started being violent with me all of a sudden. I'm so confused and scared. I wanted to tell you and ask for your help, but Mom obviously didn't want you to get involved. She knew that I'll ask for your help. That's why she took my phone away.
I get it now. That's why you didn't reply to my messages. How do you have your phone now? Did she give it back to you?
No, I forcefully got it back. I can't live like that any longer. I'm on my way to your house now, Dad. You have to help me. I ran out of the house just after I forcefully got my phone back from Mom, so I didn't even have time to wear my shoes. I'm completely barefoot right now.
Okay, now I know what's going on. I bet it was really hard for you, Ava.
Nah, I'm okay, Dad. It's not a big deal. Dad, I have a favor to ask you.
Sure thing. What's wrong, Ava?
I arrived at the nearest station to your house. I want you to come and pick me up. It's too far for me to walk, and I don't have enough money to get a taxi. Please, Dad, I need your help. I can't live with Mom any longer. Please, let me live with you.
Sorry, Ava. I don't think I can do that for you. Go home, now. If you can catch the train now, you'll be home before it gets too dark.
What? Why? I don't get it. Why? Why are you making me go back there? Dad, I thought you loved me. I thought you would do anything for my happiness.
Yes, I love you, Ava. But there's nothing I can do for you right now. Go home.
Wait, you can't just make me go back. Why are you so mean to me? How can you make me go back to that place? I really need your help, please.
Go home now, Ava. You have to go back to Mom.
Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't follow your orders. I just can't go back there. I can't stay there any longer. I'm right in front of your house. Dad, I'm at the door. Can you open the lock for me?
I can't open the lock for you, Ava. I won't let you in. You should go home. I won't take back what I said.
How can you say that to me? Why, Dad? Why? If you won't help me, what am I supposed to do? I really have nowhere to go. You have to help me, Dad. Please, open the door.
I told you, Ava, there's nothing I can do for you right now. Ava, listen to me. You have to go home. I'm not going to let you in. If you go home like I said, I'll buy you ice cream next time we meet.
What? Do you think it's funny? I don't need ice cream. I'm not a little kid. Can you imagine how I feel when I'm back at home? I've never felt so miserable in my life.
When you were little, I used to buy you ice cream. Remember? Those were the good old times. Let's go get some ice cream like we used to. Try remembering the time I bought you ice cream while you go back home, okay?
All right. I guess it was a mistake trusting you. I never thought you were this mean. I'm gonna go home now. Bye.
Good girl. Be careful on your way home. It's getting dark outside. I'll buy you ice cream when we meet next time. It's a promise between you and Dad. Pinky promise.
Okay. Pinky promise.
Hey, Ella. Ava texted me a while ago. She told me she was around my neighborhood. Apparently, she came here alone. Did you have a fight with her? I was wondering why she came all alone.
No, it's nothing serious. We were having a normal conversation when Ava suddenly got angry and ran out of the house. She's being a moody teen, that's all. You told her to come back home, right? I know that, so you don't have to text me like this.
I did tell her to go home, but why did you know? I just asked you what happened. I don't remember telling you what I told her.
I just figured. You're texting me like this, so I figured that you made her go back home. What? Did I do anything wrong? I don't understand why you're being like this.
Calm down, Ella. I'm just checking. I told Ava to go home a while ago. She should be arriving soon. It shouldn't take her too long to get home.
Okay, thanks. Is that all you wanted to say? Can we end this conversation here? I'm busy and I don't have time to waste on you.
I don't want to butt into your family matters, but I think you should take better care of Ava. She's still in middle school, but decided to come to my house all alone at this time. It's definitely not the safest thing to do. You're her mother. You should help her out before she gets too stressed.
It's none of your business. You don't even live with her and take care of her. What do you even know about the best way to look after children?
Okay. I'll shut up now. By the way, can I ask you one last thing before you go? Your husband has blonde hair, doesn't he?
What? Why are you suddenly asking me about my husband's hair color? That's really none of your business.
Wasn't he blonde? Or did I see wrong? When I caught you cheating on me with him, I remember him being blonde though.
Are you still nagging me about the fact that I cheated on you long ago? What if he's blonde? What's that got to do with you?
I bet he stands out whenever he goes. It is so blonde that it almost looks like gold. He'll still stand out even when he's driving his car. He'll literally be glowing through the car window.
What point are you trying to make?
Nothing, really. I was just curious, that's all. Well, I guess he has his hardships. It must be hard to suddenly become a father of a teenage daughter.
Gosh, Sam, what's the point of this conversation? It's none of your business, okay? If that's all you wanted to say, I'm leaving.
Ella, I'm not finished yet. He's tired from his work, and he's still getting used to a new lifestyle with a wife and daughter. He must feel irritated at times. No, he might get so stressed to the point where he takes his irritation out on someone. If that happens, you have to support him as his wife, okay?
Sam, who do you think you are? Are you looking down on us? I really don't get why you're telling me all this. What's the point?
Ella, I'm trying to tell you that it's your responsibility to make sure everything's going smoothly between Ava and your husband. You have to do something when they're having problems. It's your responsibility to support both your husband and daughter. Be a good wife and mother. You have to keep a close eye on them so that nothing serious happens. It might be too late to fix it if you're not careful enough. It makes me worried as Ava's father. You have to be a good mother for Ava. Okay, Ella, do you get it?
You don't have to tell me that. I know that very well as her mother, and this is none of your business. We're not related anymore, so leave my family alone.
I just wanted to make sure. See you, Ella. Take care of Ava. Make sure you fulfill your role as a mother.
Hey, Sam, talk to me now. Where the hell did you take Ava?
What do you mean? I thought Ava went home yesterday.
She's nowhere in the house when I woke up this morning. You must have taken her somewhere. I know you're the culprit.
Great. She must have understood my message yesterday.
What the hell are you talking about?
Why do you sound so panicked? When Ava left the house yesterday, you sounded weirdly calm. You sounded very calm when I text you, as if you knew everything already.
Why are you like this today? It's not that different from yesterday. Sam, my daughter went missing. Why would I be calm? Don't be so stupid.
Oops, sorry. I guess the software you installed in Ava's phone isn't working anymore. No wonder you're panicking. I bet you have no idea where she is now.
Software? What are you talking about?
Don't pretend like you don't know. I guess that you installed something in Ava's phone so you can keep track of her actions. You wanted to make sure that she didn't tell me something that she wasn't supposed to say.
What? I don't understand what you're talking about. Do you have proof?
When Ava texted me yesterday, I saw that your husband was also in the front of my house. I realized right away that it was him. His blonde hair really stands out.
So what? He must have passed by on his way home from work.
He was parked in front of my house for half an hour. Looks pretty suspicious, huh? You knew that Ava was heading to my house from the app, so you planned to catch her before she got there, right?
You're just imagining things. Stop blaming me for something I've never done.
Well, it's not my imagination. My parents just texted me that Ava's under their protection right now. Apparently, there was an app on Ava's phone that she didn't recognize. She said she never installed that app on her phone. I looked up what the app was for, and it said that detectives often use them for investigations. There's no proof that I was the one who installed it on her phone. Ava might have forgotten that she installed it long ago. Why would a teen install that on her own phone?
Shut up! You told Ava to go home yesterday, but now you're suddenly taking her to your parents' house? What the hell are you thinking?
I don't think that I told you about my conversation with Ava yesterday. Why do you know that I told her to go home? You're ignoring me now. I guess you admit that you installed the app. I bet you were keeping an eye on her using your computer. I can't believe you were surveilling your own daughter. You're violating her privacy. What the hell were you thinking, Ella?
Did I have any other choice? I was worried she might tell you things. You should be the one to explain to me about what you did to Ava yesterday. You were so mean to her when she told you she wanted to come over.
It was all an act to make you believe that I clearly told her no. I know you've been watching our conversations too.
But it's the undeniable truth that you said no to her and hurt her feelings. You should have just taken her in yesterday if you wanted her under your protection. What's the point of doing it now?
I told you, Ella. Your husband was in front of my house yesterday watching everything. If I decide to let her in my house, would your husband ever allow me to do that?
He would have stopped you, obviously. He is Ava's father. He has to protect her from you. It's obvious. Why would you ask?
Yeah, I thought so. I know it's obvious. If he doesn't stop Ava from coming into my house, she might tell me everything about your family, and you both wouldn't want that. You both could get arrested for what you've been doing to Ava. You'll do whatever you can to take Ava away from you. You have to keep her near you, to keep an eye on her.
Arrested? What are you talking about?
I thought you already knew about what Ava texted me yesterday. I know everything now. I know what you've been doing to Ava. It's obvious that I'll call the police and report the case of child abuse now that I know how she's being treated at your house.
But you didn't say a thing about calling the police yesterday.
Yeah, of course I wouldn't. You both didn't take Ava away from me by force yesterday. You thought you didn't have to make a big deal because I rejected her openly, even after I got to know what was going on.
So what? What are you trying to say here?
I had to make sure you both had no idea that I was reporting it to the police. That's why I acted like that yesterday. If not, your husband might have hurt Ava right there. He would have probably done anything to stop me from calling the police. I had to get rid of all the dangers that might have resulted in hurting Ava.
But why would Ava go to your parents' house after what you've done to her? She doesn't know that you were acting. The only thing you told her yesterday apart from telling her to go home was about ice cream. Why would Ava understand your plan?
Before we got divorced, I used to buy Ava ice cream in secret without telling you.
So what? What's that got to do with this?
You were pretty strict about Ava eating junk food and sugary stuff. So whenever I brought up the topic of ice cream in our conversation, we would go buy ice cream together in secret the next day. We would sneak out when you weren't looking.
So the reason why Ava was gone this morning before I realized?
Whenever I told her that I'll buy her ice cream, it means that I'll be going somewhere together, in secret, without you knowing. So Ava figured everything out when I texted her about ice cream yesterday and sneaked out of the house today.
What were you going to do if she didn't get the message?
I was worried about that too, but she still remembered the memories she had with me, even after we got divorced. She figured it out right away. Ava's really smart, isn't she? I can't believe our child grew up to be this smart.
So Ava is really with you right now? You said something about reporting it to the police and so on. But you're joking, right? You have to be kidding.
I can't forgive both of you and your husband for hurting my precious daughter, and you for just letting it go on as if it was no big deal. And you even installed an app on your daughter's phone without her permission, just to make sure your crimes weren't revealed. You both can't call yourselves a parent, honestly.
Sam, you have to stop. Don't call the police. I'm Ava's real mother.
But you don't act like one. You don't have the right to call yourself a mother at this point, and I don't think you have to be so pessimistic.
I'm about to get arrested by the police? How can I not be pessimistic about my future? You're about to ruin my family again.
Well, your husband's already in the hands of the police. He just got arrested. You'll get to be with him soon. You won't be alone, so don't worry.
What? He's already arrested? What happened? What's going on?
I bet you remember your wedding vows. You said it twice at the wedding. To have and to hold, for this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, to love and to cherish, until we are parted by death. You love him so much that you cheated on me and got remarried after our divorce. You should be with him at all times, even at his worst. You promised to God, remember? Shortly after our conversation over text, Ella was taken by the police, who arrived at her doorstep. Their crimes were all revealed, and they were sent to jail for child abuse. They honestly deserve that, after what they've been doing to Ava. Ava has been physically and mentally hurt by them. I bet they're keeping their promise to be with each other at all times, behind the walls in jail. Now that both Ava's parents are arrested, I got custody over her, and I finally got the right to live with my precious daughter. Now the two of us live together, and we're both enjoying a very peaceful life. After Ava moved in with me, I realized the reason why she was maturing so quickly. Living with Ella and her abusive husband left Ava with no other choice but to grow up emotionally to protect herself. For Ava, maturing emotionally was a way to protect herself in a harsh environment. She knew with her instincts that she wouldn't survive if she acted like a child. After Ava moved in with me, she began to laugh a lot and also cry a lot. I'm guessing that she's finally able to act according to her age, now that she's in a relaxing environment. I never knew how happy it makes me feel to see my daughter acting according to her age. It was also painful to watch her maturing so quickly, not by choice, but by force. I promised myself to protect Ava and to be the best parent I can be so that she can grow up at her own pace.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Lucas, I thought you would be home early today. Why are you still not home? I've been waiting for you.
Sorry, the project I'm working on is taking more time than expected. I thought I'd be home early today, but it seems like I'll have to work till midnight.
You always come home late. I thought you would be finishing work early this week. You never help me with taking care of our kids. I am always the one who cooks for them, helps them take a bath, and puts them to sleep. Can't you be a better father?
What can I do? I'm busy with my job. I work outside to support the family. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. What more do you expect from me?
But you promised me that you would be home early today. You can't just break your promise. Let me remind you of something. I also work outside. I have a job too, so I hope you can be more cooperative. We both have jobs, so we have to work together to get things done. I am the only one doing housework and taking care of our kids. I thought we agreed on dividing our responsibilities in the household when we got married.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you upset. I promised to look after the kids on the weekends. I'll take them to a park and play with them, so you'll get some rest.
You said the same thing last week, remember? But you ended up going to work again. Stop making promises you can't keep.
I'm trying my best, you know. Don't be so pressuring. You're stressing me out. That's why I don't feel like going home. You keep blaming me and we always have fights.
How can you say that to me? I'm not the only one to be blamed. I don't want to pressure you or complain anymore. I have no other choice, do I?
If you don't want to stress me out, just stop blaming me.
You wouldn't fix your bad habits if I stopped complaining. I have to point things out to make you keep promises and be responsible for your actions. We decided together that we'll both keep our jobs and pay for our loans after we started planning about buying a new house. We decided that we'll work together and support each other, but now I'm the one doing everything in the house. You're not helping me out at all.
There's a difference in how men and women are viewed at work. Think about it. It's easy for you to get a day off if one of our kids got sick because you're the mother. But I would never get a day off, even if I told my boss the same thing because I'm a guy. They'll tell me to prioritise my work over my family. That's the social norm. It's not something I can fix.
I do feel apologetic when I have to take days off. I can't control when my kids get sick. So I can't tell them in advance that I'll be missing work. I am a responsible adult too. I am very serious about my job.
Even if you think so, you can't deny how women are more likely to get days off when they have to deal with their kids.
Okay, I won't ask for much from you. I'll be in charge of the housework because I'm the wife. But you have to make more time to spend with the kids. You're their father and they miss you. Natalie and Kevin have given up asking you to play with them at this point. They rarely complain now because they know you'll say no. Imagine how they must be feeling.
They seem more mature than you, huh? Well, they understand me better than you.
No, that's not the point, and they're still young. Can't you see that you're not spending time with them enough, Lucas? You have to be a better father for them.
They're in elementary school. I bet they prefer playing with each other more than playing with me.
They're not even 10 years old. They miss you every day. I know they want to play with you and go out with us to play at the park on the weekends.
Okay, I get it now. I promise I'll play with them this weekend. I'll definitely take them to the park and spend quality time with them. How's that?
Really? Well, that would be great. They'll love that. They've been really eager to go and visit that new playground in the park. Can you take them there? I was worried I might not be able to keep an eye on them if I was the only guardian there. I thought it would be better if both of us went there.
Sure. Well, let's take them to the new playground together.
Promise me that you'll keep your promise this time. Don't let me down again.
I know, I promise. I'll make sure to finish all the work before this weekend so that I won't have to come and work again like last week. So forgive me if I have to work late on the weekdays. I'm trying my best to make time on the weekends.
Okay. Promise me that you'll only focus on having fun with our kids on the weekends. No thinking about work or answering phone calls from work.
I promise. I'll get back to work now. See you later.
Okay. Don't push yourself too much. Be careful on your way home. Don't be too late. We're about to start packing up. It's getting late, so we'll be leaving the park soon.
I'm so sorry. I still have some work to do, so I don't think I can make it to the park in time.
You promised that you would spend time with the kids this weekend. Now you've broken the promise again. You're really losing my trust.
What can I do? I can't help it. There's really no time for me to spend with my family right now. I have so many things to do at work.
Oh, really? Well, I guess I'll just have to accept that. For your information, I won't be making dinner today. We'll be going out to eat. We were all looking forward to going to that new restaurant around the corner.
Okay, you guys go on and eat out. I won't be home anytime soon. I can't leave the office yet.
Make sure to say sorry to Natalie and Kevin when you get home. They were really excited to play with you today.
Okay, I know. I'll apologise. But I bet they still had a lot of fun going to the new playground they always wanted to go to.
Well, if you'd kept the promise and also been there, they would have been able to have more fun.
I'm telling you I'm sorry. Stop blaming me like that. You have to understand that I'm working hard to support the family. I'm doing what's best for the family. The kids will understand me soon when they get older.
Hopefully they'll understand. Oh, by the way, there's something I wanted to tell you about the new house we plan to buy together. My parents are willing to help us pay for the loan.
Really? That would be so helpful. Gosh, they're so nice. We might be able to buy a new house real soon. How cool is that? The kids would love it.
Yeah, we're starting to save up a pretty decent amount thanks to both of our hard work.
When should we go to see the new house and visit the real estate agent? Maybe next week? Do you have plans already?
I thought you were busy with work. I doubt you'll be able to make time next week.
Oh, come on. We're buying a new house. I'll do anything to make time for that.
If I was you, I would do anything to make time to spend with the kids. Natalie and Kevin are the most important in my life. Didn't you tell me that you're attending your colleague's wedding next week? Did it get cancelled?
Oh, right. I thought I'd be able to make time next week. I completely forgot about the wedding. Oh, shoot. I have to postpone visiting the new house.
I'm also supposed to participate, right? Yeah, all the other colleagues are also going to take their wives with them, so we'll go together. It's been so long since I took part in someone's wedding. It's pretty exciting, but I'm also a bit nervous. Should I buy a new dress? I saw a pretty dress on display at the mall.
Sounds like a good idea. But don't get those frilly girly ones, okay? Remember, you're getting older. You should be extra careful about what you wear. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
Hey, are you calling me old? If I'm a grandma, you're also a grandpa. We're the same age, so you're also aging. It's not just me.
Guys tend to grow more attractive as they get older, okay? Oh, but women, it's pretty clear when women get older. Their appearance changes dramatically. Once they're no longer young, their golden age has ended. Oh, think about it. You look so different now compared to when you were 20. Your face, your body. You seen yourself in the mirror?
Let me remind you something. I've given birth 2 times, okay? It is natural that I change. There's no point comparing myself to my past self. How can you be so harsh on my looks? I have feelings too, you know.
Okay. I just don't want to embarrass myself because of you, in front of my colleagues and my juniors. I have to maintain a good reputation in the office. Make sure you dress up properly. Make yourself look presentable, okay?
Okay, you don't have to be so worried about me embarrassing you.
Good. How about we go to see the new house the week after the next? I don't think I have plans yet, so I can make some time.
Can you tell your parents thanks on my behalf? They were a big help. take good care of the kids while I'm away. Good evening. I'm very sorry to text you so late. I hope you remember me from the wedding. I'm Madison, and I work for your husband, Lucas. It was a pleasure meeting you at the party. Thank you for exchanging contacts with me. Hello, Madison. How are you? Oh, you were very thoughtful and kind to me at the wedding. It was a pleasure meeting you, too. My husband was a mess at the wedding. He was so drunk and was no use. So I'm glad you were there to help me look after him. I hope he's not causing too much trouble for you at work. No, you don't have to thank me. My husband is very lucky to have you working for him. He must be very proud of you. I hope you can take good care of him at work, too. He might be hard to deal with sometimes, but he's not a bad person. I have something to apologize to you about. I'm very sorry. Huh? What are you apologizing about? Oh, did my husband say something to you? I'm very sorry. I betrayed your trust and had an affair. I hope you can accept my apology. What did you just say? What affair are you talking about? I'm confused. I am having an affair with Lucas. He's cheating on you. Excuse me? Didn't Lucas come home late this past year? Didn't he leave for work on the weekend saying he had to finish his project? Wasn't he always blaming his work when you got into a fight with him? But actually, it was always me. I was the reason. He was seeing me when he told you that he'll be home late or that he had to leave for work on his days off. He was having a secret affair with me. I'm his lover, and he was cheating on you all this time. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? I can't process everything you just told me. So are you telling me that Lucas was secretly having an affair with you and that he was cheating on me? Yes, that's what I just told you. Why are you telling me this all of a sudden, and now it's not a secret affair between you two? What do you want from me? What's your plan? I am very confused right now, and I have no idea what's going on inside your head. I want to end things with him. I regret what I did, and I'm very sorry. You're not asking me to break up with him or anything? You just want to end things with him? It's up to you whether you get a divorce with him or not. It's your choice. I don't want to manipulate you. What do you want? What's your plan? Lucas has always told me that he's going to get a divorce with you soon. He even promised me that he'll get together with me once he gets a divorce and told me to wait. But no matter how long I waited, he never got a divorce. When I asked him what's going on, he always told me to wait. I knew that he wasn't doing anything. I realized that he never really planned to get together with me because he didn't plan to get a divorce in the first place. I thought I shouldn't waste more of my time on him, so I decided that it was about time I leave him. But why did you tell me everything? Would that change anything? And most importantly, I don't think it would benefit you at all. You'll be in a worse position by telling me. I might try to take advantage of you and make you suffer even more. I can't help but think you have something planned out, and telling me everything is also part of this plan. He wasted not only my time, but also my feelings. I don't know what was the point of being with him, trusting his words like he's my master. But look at him. He's trying to keep his family, his job, and even me after everything he's done to us. I don't think it's fair at all. He should learn a lesson. He should taste his own medicine before I end things with him. He won't lose anything if I simply tell him that I want to break up. I'll make him take responsibility for his own actions. What do you think? Not a bad idea. I will pay you compensation money if you'd like me to, because I deserve that. If you want proof of my affair with him, I could provide you with photos of us going out together and more. I'm willing to do anything that would help you have the upper hand. Okay. Even if you decide not to get a divorce with Lucas, I will end things with him, so please don't worry. And we will never get back together. Again, I'm very sorry for betraying your trust. I plan to quit my job and go far away so that I'll never see him again. But I doubt Lucas would change for the better. I know he's the type of person who wouldn't change until he gets a taste of his own medicine. Even after we started having an affair, he still tried to flirt with the new female employee. I stopped him, but he might already be having an affair with someone I don't know. Madison, I'm sorry, but can you give me a moment? I can't process all this information you just told me. I need some time to think about what to do on my own. I have to spend some time alone to come to a decision. About your plan, I'll think about it. Okay, I get it. I bet it's overwhelming for you. I'm really sorry for everything. Please, take your time to think about it. I decided to tell you everything because of my ego. You might have not wanted to hear about all the secrets of your husband. No, I'm glad you told me everything. I would have regretted it if I stopped you from telling me this. I deserve to know about his betrayals as his wife. I'll contact you again shortly. Can I ask you a favor? Can you not tell my husband anything until I contact you again? Keep it a secret between you and me. Of course. Please, tell me anything you want me to do. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a good night.
Avery, I'll be home early today. My project's finally done. Do you want me to make you dinner today? It's been a while since I cooked for you.
Nope, no thanks.
No thanks? Come on, can't you be more sweet? Now I'm finally able to make some time to spend with the family, and I'm trying my best to spend quality time with you as your husband. But you've been so cold to me recently. What more do you want me to do?
Really? I don't think so.
Well, you are cold to me, if you haven't realised. When I went to see our new house last week, you rarely listened to my opinions and preferences. You forcefully decided that we needed a huge kitchen and dining table. I told you so many times that it was too big for a family of four, it's a waste of space.
I'm not changing that. We are getting that kitchen and table for our new house.
Why are you so stubborn about those in particular?
Because we won't be a family of four anymore. We need a bigger kitchen and table when my parents move in with us.
What? Did you decide without telling me? What the hell? When did I ever allow that? You never told me they're planning to move in with us. I'm glad they'll be helping us pay for the loan, but I never allowed them to live with us. I was aiming for a modern, mature, and mysterious house that all adults dream to have. You're ruining my plans.
How about you build a house on your own then? I never agreed to that.
Do you think I have enough money to build a house on my own? Stop the nonsense. Hey, you're obviously harsh on me. Why are you suddenly like this? I don't know what you're upset about, but you can't just decide things on your own. You have to consult me when you make big decisions like this. I can't move in with your parents.
You don't have to because it's not your house. You're not welcome in my new house. We're getting a divorce. There's no point in listening to you.
Divorce? You mean us? What are you talking about? You lost your mind?
I know you've been having an affair with Madison, who works for you. I know that the reason why you came home early recently is because you broke up with her. Stop acting like you care for us. You decided to come back to us once she dumped you. What do you think we are? How dare you look down on us? Your behavior disgusts me. I can't stand it anymore.
What do you mean I'm having an affair with Madison? You're making no sense. Calm down, okay? Madison already quit her job. She's not working for you anymore, so there's no way we're having an affair.
You've been trying to contact her even after she quit her job, no? You told her that you wanted to meet her one last time and promised her to get a divorce with me. I know everything, okay? If you were always planning to get a divorce with me, I bet you wouldn't mind about our divorce.
I'm getting confused. Avery, you're creeping me out. You're making all this up? You're being delusional. Are you okay? Do you want me to take you to the hospital?
Stop treating me like I'm insane. I have proof. You really don't know what's going on? It's Madison who told me everything about your affair.
What? You can't be serious. She was the one who told you everything?
She said that you promised her to get a divorce with me and told her to wait, but no matter how long she waited, you never got divorced. You kept her waiting and waiting. She grew tired of you and decided to leave you. And I got tired of having you as my husband. You have lost my trust, my love, everything. I realized that I was always the one who cared for the family. I don't see any point in staying with you any longer.
Wait a minute. Listen to me. I already ended things with Maddie. There's nothing going on between us now. We don't talk anymore.
Shut up. I know you texted her a week ago.
I regret everything I did. So I decided to work hard and care for my family from now on. You're my first priority. I was trying my best to be a good husband and father.
Too late. Goodbye.
It's not too late yet. We're still a family, right? Natalie and Kevin are both still young. I don't think it's the best decision to get a divorce now.
Don't worry. The kids are used to not having you at home. They expect nothing from you. I haven't told them about your affair, obviously. But they understood when I told them that we'll be going separate ways.
There's no way they accept that. They're still kids. They need a father figure.
They told me they don't need one. Specifically, they don't need you. They know that you don't do anything at home. They've heard all the bad things you say about me when you come home.
When did I ever say so?
You made fun of my weight. You made fun of my age.
That's it. I never said anything worse.
When I was getting ready for the wedding, the kids helped me choose the accessories. They praised me. They told me I looked pretty. But do you remember what you told me?
No.
You told me that I looked like an old lady no matter what I wore. You said you were embarrassed to take me to the wedding.
I'm so sorry.
You might think they're too young to understand what's going on, but they see and feel. They're much more capable than you think. It's your fault that the kids got used to not having you at home. It is your fault that they no longer expect anything from you.
I bet you've been bad-mouthing me at home when I was away. You brainwashed them to hate me.
I have never ever said a bad thing about you at home in front of my children.
Then why do they hate you so much?
I told you, your actions and words changed them. You repeatedly broke promises and barely communicated with the kids. You were the one who was cold towards us in the first place. How can you blame me for my cold attitude? Your actions made us lose trust in you. Do you still not understand that it's all your fault?
Avery, I'm sorry for everything I did. I'll apologise to the kids as soon as I get home.
No, we don't need your apology. We'll be done moving out by the time you come home.
What?
We'll have a proper discussion about our divorce on a different day. You don't have to apologize, just do what's required in the process of getting a divorce.
I'm really sorry that I cheated on you. I'm really sorry I relied on you to do everything at home. I'm sorry I didn't help you with the housework and take care of the kids. I promise I'll change for the better.
I gave you plenty of chances. But you wasted them, betrayed us so many times, and you lost trust from the kids. We don't need someone like you in our family.
Please give me one last chance. Please, I'm begging you. Give me some time to redeem myself.
Do whatever you want, but we won't waste any of our time on you. We're too busy to deal with someone who's no longer our family. Lucas disagreed to get a divorce until the very end, and we had to take the case to court at last. But because he was the one who cheated on me, there was no chance of him winning the case. He rarely took care of the kids as well, so I was given custody to my children as well. He will be paying for compensation and child support. So he wouldn't be getting any of his shares of property. I bet he finally realized his mistake after he lost his family and lover. Apparently Madison told their boss about what really happened between them after she quit her job. And I heard that Lucas almost got fired from his position. The rumor about their affair has spread through the office, and he's lost trust from his coworkers. He seems to be having a hard time, but it's none of my business. I don't think I can forgive Madison for what she did, and I can never ever forgive my husband for all the things he did to us. I really hope he'll take responsibility for his own actions from now on. My kids and I live in an apartment right now. But after our new house is ready, we'll be moving in with my parents. I was worried that our divorce might affect my children negatively, but nothing much has changed in our lives. So they don't seem to worry much about it. Right now, they seem to be too busy looking forward to what the new house would be like and how they'll be decorating their own rooms. I will never make my kids give up on getting love and attention from their family. I promised myself to love and give attention to them as much as I can. I'll make them have a happier life than when I was still with my ex-husband.
Hey, Sally, are you there? I just wanted to thank you for packing my lunch today. You know, thanks to you, everyone at the office is always jealous of what I'm eating.
Thank you for saying that, Lawrence. I'm sorry that I couldn't do more for your lunch today.
What are you talking about? I think you did it great. I just feel lucky to have a wife who's willing to pack my lunches. I remember when I was eating things from the grocery store on my lunch break, and this is way better.
Yeah, I can imagine how you might get bored eating out every single time for lunch. But just let me know if you ever do want to buy your lunch instead, and I'll be sure not to pack a lunch for you that day. After all, I'm sure you get bored of my cooking now and then.
It's not that I get bored of your cooking, but sometimes there are office outings and lunches and other stuff. I'll be sure to let you know if I don't need a lunch next time, though. By the way, you did a great job with this lunch. But there's actually just one more thing that I'd like you to do instead next time.
Oh, really? Sure. What would you like me to do next time?
Well, the thing is, I think you packed quite a few foods from the freezer in here as well as some leftovers from last night. So maybe next time you can try and make something a little more fresh and not just what we've already made.
Oh, right. I'm sorry about that. I was kind of in a hurry today, so like I said, I just ended up throwing that lunch together. But next time I shouldn't be so rushed. I'll be sure to make you something special then.
Thank you so much. The lunches are just always so much better when I know that you made them the same day. Also, I think I want to try getting into soups. So you might want to go out and buy a thermos or something for me as well.
Got it. I will be sure and pick up everything you need the next time that I go to the store. I'll be sure to pick you out a nice thermos as well. By the way, do you know about what time you'll be coming home?
I think I should be getting out of here at the usual time, so I should be home at the normal time as well. Oh, and something else. I would really like some fish and vegetables for dinner tonight, if you think you can manage that.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get something going and have it ready for you tonight. Also, I was wondering if we were going to be visiting your parents this summer. I was thinking we could bring them some fruit or something if we went.
Oh, right. I don't really think we'll really have to do that.
Oh, I see. But I thought that you were going to go and visit your parents this year to mark the passing of your grandparents. Actually, if possible, I think I'd like to go and visit my parents' graves as well.
I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that this summer. I think if we went to go and see my parents, we should probably stay with them the whole time. But maybe we can find another time to go and see your parents' graves.
But surely we should have time to make it to see them in the afternoon, right?
I would really prefer to just take the time to be with my family and not run around everywhere. Besides, you know that my mom likes to have us over for dinner as well.
Oh, right. Well, I guess that makes sense. Okay then. I guess we'll go and visit my parents another day.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that would be best. But either way, you're a housewife. It's not like you don't have plenty of time every day to yourself. Maybe you could just go and visit the graves yourself while you're free one day. Hey Sally, I'm sitting down for lunch right now, and what the heck is this soup? I thought you said that you were going to get up in time to make me a proper lunch, but this one tastes really weird.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry. We ran out of the broth that I usually use, so I had to replace it with some powder instead.
Come on, what is the matter with you? You're a housewife. You stay at home all day. How could you forget to get all the ingredients you would need to cook for me?
I really am sorry about this, Lawrence. It was a genuine accident.
I'm sorry, but you're going to need to do better than just apologize to me.
I really don't think that soup should be all that big of a deal. Do you?
It's not just about the soup, Sally. It's much, much bigger than this. You've been screwing up more and more lately. I just wish you'd take your chores a bit more seriously.
I really am sorry about this morning and the soup, but Lawrence, I feel like you've changed a bit since we got married. I don't know, before you would always just laugh stuff like this off and let it go.
Well, that was when you and I were dating, isn't that right? Of course things are going to change now that we're married.
But it feels like you've gotten colder, meaner since we got married. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, so why are you letting this upset you so much?
Sally, you do know that I go to work every single day, right? I work so that we can have a roof over our heads and food on our table. What do you do that makes you think you can talk to me this way, huh?
I really wasn't trying to talk down to you or anything like that if that's what it felt like.
All I'm saying is that a woman like you should really learn the proper way to treat her husband. The only response that you should be giving me at all is, yes, got it.
Lawrence, come on. You can't honestly think that's a fair way to go about this, right?
There you go again, talking back to me. I guess this means you've just lost $100.
I've lost $100? What does that even mean? What are you talking about?
Every time you talk back to me and argue with me, I'm going to give you $100 less to live on. So you'd better choose your words carefully.
Wait a second. You're going to punish me for talking to you by making me live on less and less?
There goes another $100 for you.
How can you do this to me? I haven't even done anything wrong. Why are you doing this?
I'm doing this so that you can finally learn how to be a good wife. I'm sick and tired of earning for a wife that doesn't show any gratitude to her husband.
But we take care of each other. It's not just you taking care of me, you know.
Oh, really? Then why is it that I'm the one who has to go into an office and work every single day to make money for us? All you do is sit around the house, barely keeping it in running order, while I'm out working myself to the bone. I'm sorry, but no matter how you try and parse this out, going to work 8 hours a day in an office is much worse than being a pampered housewife. So I think that any husband in my position, having to put up with a screw-up wife like you, would do the same thing.
Lawrence, please, I am really sorry that I forgot to buy everything that I needed at the store. But since I've already apologized, I don't see why you have to go through with this.
You really just don't get it, do you? You don't have a say in how you get punished. In fact, I'm going to take away $500 more from you. Next month, you're only getting $300.
$300? You mean you expect me to buy all the groceries, pay for the utilities, and everything else for $300?
That's right. Do you have a problem with that, Sally?
Well, it's just that I don't think that's going to be possible with so little money.
You do realize that all you're doing right now is complaining to me even more, don't you? You'll just have to learn to work with what I'm giving you.
Please, Lawrence, I really think that you need to give me more money if you want me to keep taking care of the house. I mean, you realize that if I don't have more money that I won't be able to cook lunches that you'll enjoy, right?
And now, after all this, you dare and try to threaten me? I guess talking to me just wasn't enough for you, was it? But I'm not about to let myself get fooled by your tricks.
I'm not trying to trick you at all. I am telling the truth.
You know, you should consider yourself lucky that someone like me is even bothering to take care of some little orphan like you. I guess your parents must have died before they taught you how to be grateful to those providing to you. But let's make one thing clear. I married you because I thought you were quiet and could take care of the house.
Do you really mean that? Are those the only reasons that you wanted to marry me?
What are you talking about? Those are really important reasons. You don't make too much noise, and you do all right enough with the house to allow me to focus on my work.
I mean, I guess that's true, but I really don't like the way that you're talking to me.
You keep trying to make yourself the victim while blaming me, and you can't even see how horrible it is that you're really being. But no matter how nice and patient I am with you, you just refuse to learn. Well, now I'm going to have to train you until you do everything perfectly. So you better be prepared to live off $300 for the next month. I'd start saving my money now if I were you. Hey, I just want to let you know that I'm done with my work and I'm coming home now. And I don't want to be eating any leftovers for dinner tonight. So if you try to serve me what we ate last night, you're going to be in big trouble.
Lawrence, you've only given me $300 for the whole month. I can really only afford to make large meals and then spread them out over the week.
I didn't ask for any excuses. I just told you what I want to eat. Now you need to learn what it means to be a good housewife and quit acting like this.
I'm not acting like anything. You just haven't given me enough money.
Well, what about my dinner? What are you going to be making me tonight?
Well, we have some chicken that I was thinking of making into cutlets, maybe some vegetables.
Oh my gosh, what is with the Great Depression or something? Why are we eating like poor people? Honestly, just reading those messages was enough to make me lose my appetite. Is this all a game to you or something like that?
Lawrence, please, I've been skipping lunch just so that there would be enough food for us for dinner.
And why do you think that that's my problem? I told you that you're the house, and you need to figure out how to make the budget work. Besides, I wouldn't have had to take money away from you if you weren't always talking back to me.
I really am trying my best with what you've given me, but the fact is that we need more money if we want to eat well.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. I guess that's another $100 you're not getting now. So you'll have an even harder time next month. I mean, what is with you? Were you not paying attention in school? Did you hit your head when you were a kid or something?
Okay, you know what? If you don't want to eat it, then you don't have to. And since you have all the money that I'd normally spend on groceries, why don't you just go out for dinner?
Excuse me? Just what has gotten into you, Sally?
I mean that I have put a lot of thought into these meals to make the most out of what you gave me. I clipped coupons, went to the stores late to try and catch things being marked down. And I did my best not to waste any of the food that I came with, and even then you still have complaints for me.
You really are just unbelievable sometimes. Do you know that? I mean, really, what am I going to do with you? You can kiss another 300 goodbye. How dare you talk to me like this after I've had a long, hard day at the office? But fine, if this is how you're going to be, then I will go and eat it. I'll go and eat a nice fancy meal all by myself and come home. How do you like that?
Sounds good to me.
And you can just throw out that disgusting slop that you were going to try and feed me tonight. Don't you dare have any though. If I'm not eating, then you can't eat it. Do you understand?
That doesn't make any sense at all. I cooked this food, so why shouldn't I be able to eat it? That's just a waste of food if you're telling me to throw it all out.
I thought I told you that you were to stop talking back to me like this. That's another $100 taken away from you. When are you finally going to learn? If we're going to stay together as man and wife, you really have to get serious. Just use your head for once. I have to say that this breakfast was just one of the worst things that you've ever cooked for me. I mean, you didn't even cook. It was just cereal and fried eggs.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. That's all we had.
And you didn't even make me anything for lunch either. You really are just the most useless wife. Do you know that? You're just lucky that I can't even take away any more money from you.
Yep, that's kind of how we got here.
Well, you realize that I would normally give you money for the month tomorrow, right? So what are you going to do now?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
I mean, what are you going to do when you have no money to buy food at all? Maybe I can give you $100 if you apologize to me for all you've done. Because I don't know how you think you're going to make it with no money.
And just why should I apologize to you? You're the one who's taking away the money from me in the first place.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If you apologize to me, then I'll give you the money. Don't you understand? Honestly, what is with you, Sally?
Well, I don't really feel like apologizing, and I certainly don't need any money from you, thank you very much. In fact, I'd like to get a divorce, so goodbye and have a nice life.
Whoa, 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 a divorce? What are you talking about? You can't just say that and then say goodbye. What's the matter with you?
I don't really care what you have to say on the matter. The fact is that I want a divorce, and nothing is going to change my mind. And if you say that you won't go through with it, then I'll hire a lawyer and we'll just have to do it the hard way.
But wait, what do you mean? You're really going to leave me? Where are you even going to go? You don't have anywhere else to live.
Oh, I know you thought that was the case. You thought that holding on to a little orphan like me would be so easy, right? After all, my parents are dead, so where am I going to run to when things get bad, right?
I never said that at all. I'm just worried about you is all. I really don't get why you have to try and take things so far.
Oh, so you're only worried about me now? Is that what I'm hearing? Because you certainly didn't seem to be worried about me while you drove me into this position. But don't worry, I have plenty of places that I go. You don't need to lose even a second of sleep over it.
So then, you really mean it when you say that you want to divorce me?
Of course I do. Why would I lie about something like this? You criticize me all the time. Don't give me the money that I need to do what I do for us. Why would I want to stay with you another day? I would much rather just live on my own at this point.
You know that you'd disappoint my parents if they found out about this, right? Just think about it, all that my family has done for you.
Oh, I have told your parents about my decision to do this. I also told them all about the way that you've been acting. Both your parents said that they completely support me in leaving you. In fact, your mom even cried and apologized for the way you were treating me. So the only person who's disappointed your parents here is you.
Hold on a second. You mean that you talked to my parents about what I was doing? Why in the world would you do that?
You just hinted that they were going to find out anyways, so why wouldn't I tell them my side of the story? Besides, it's like you said, your parents did a lot for me and I wanted to give them a proper goodbye.
Well, I'm not going to go along with this. You won't get me to sign anything.
Why are you being like this, Lawrence? All you ever do is complain that I screw everything up. If you dislike how I do things that much, then go and find someone who makes you even happier, okay? Either that or go and hire a maid, since that's all you seem to think a wife is.
I don't get it. I don't think I've ever met anyone so ungrateful in my entire life. I work so hard to provide for you, and all I ask for is a clean house and 3 meals a day. You have no idea how good you had it.
How good can I have it when you won't even give me the money I need to do any of those things? You keep talking about how much you provide for me while you literally have taken away your end of the bargain.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the usual amount of money if we just set aside all this silly talk of getting divorced, okay?
I have already told you that I've made up my mind and I want the divorce. Nothing is going to change that.
But we've only been married for less than a year. Think of the rumors that are going to spread because of this.
You really do only think of yourself, don't you? I mean, you said yourself that the only reason you married me was because you wanted someone to do all the work that you didn't want to do. And that's why you picked me, right? It would be so easy to make a slave out of a girl with no parents, wouldn't it?
I never said anything about making you a slave, Sally. Look, maybe I've been hard on you lately. I understand that, and I'm sorry. So please, let's just make this up.
You really don't get this, do you? This isn't something that we're going to make up. This is the end of our marriage, and that's that. You used to be so kind and sweet, and now I see that that was only an act to make me fall in love with you. I see the truth now, and I'm not going to let myself get fooled again. After that, I did indeed have to hire a lawyer to force Lawrence through the divorce process. He was kicking and screaming the entire way, but in the end, we were finally able to end our marriage. I never once had any second thoughts or doubts about what I was doing. It was clear to me that Lawrence was the kind of guy who only saw a wife as an accessory or an extension of himself. While I wasn't doing it to get back at Lawrence further, there were friends of his who would contact me and ask me what happened to end our marriage. I gave them the truth, and eventually, that led to most of Lawrence's circle of friends learning about what kind of person he really was. He may have appeared to be a good man and husband on the surface, but he was really a manipulative and cruel man. As the rumors about Lawrence began to grow, I reached out to an aunt and asked if I could stay with her for a little bit. From her house, I found a job and was able to move into my own place and began living independently again. I've been enjoying my work and home life with no one there to complain about the way that I was doing things. I thought being married would fix my life and make me feel less lonely, but I realize now that it's not that simple. I'm going to focus on myself for now, but I know that I've learned many important lessons to carry with me into the next relationship, whenever that might be. As for Lawrence, I just hope that no one is ever unlucky enough to end up with him again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Oh man, what a day it's been. I feel like I can't get any sleep at all these days. Maybe if that little brat weren't keeping me up with all that incessant crying. When are you going to learn to keep quiet? I really need you to figure this out fast because I can't keep losing my sleep like this.
I don't know what you want me to do, Neil. I mean, I really am trying my best, but you're treating me like it's all my fault. You know that I'm the one actually getting out of bed to try and put the baby to sleep. But I'm really too tired, Neil.
Oh, please, you just stay at home all day. How can you tell me you're tired? You probably take naps all the time while I'm at work. You have no idea how easy you have it when you don't have to go into the office. You can't just sleep all day, so don't complain to me about the night. But you need to make sure that the baby isn't sleeping during the day so it can sleep properly at night.
I understand what you're saying, and I really am trying my best. But we are dealing with a baby only 6 months old here. It's not that easy trying to keep it awake when I want it to be. And sometimes the baby sleeps all through the day with no problems at all.
Your fault for letting the baby sleep all day. That's why it cries so much at night. You need to keep him awake so he isn't up all night.
But if I don't let him have his naps, then he'll just keep crying all day. And if we have a baby that's crying all day, then maybe the neighbors are going to think that we're doing something wrong.
I don't care what anyone thinks at this point. Just so long as we can get the kid to finally shut up. It's been like this day after day, and I'm sick of it. I tried asking my boss, who has a kid, for some help. I told him all about how our kid cries during the night and asked him if that wasn't unusual.
Well, we also went and talked to a doctor about this, and he said that this was all normal. He also said that crying at night might still continue even up to our baby being 2 years old. I think we're just going to have to put up with this while the kids are little, but I don't think there's anything bad going on.
Well, it's getting me really stressed out every single day. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to put up with this for another month at this rate.
Well, maybe we should just sleep in separate rooms for the time being.
I don't see how that would really work for me since I would still need to be in the house. Man, I wish I had some kind of soundproof room. Then I could just go and send you and the baby to go sleep there every night.
Well, you know that we don't have the money to do anything like that. We'll just have to work with what we do have.
But how are we supposed to go on like this? Our walls are too thin. I really don't know what we're supposed to do.
I don't think there's anything that we can do. We just have to get through this.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something. Surely you're just screwing up and doing something wrong.
I really don't think that I'm doing anything out of the ordinary for taking care of a kid.
But this is your first time taking care of one, right? Maybe you're not holding the baby right when you put him down to bed.
I learned all that I'm doing from my parents while I was visiting them to give birth. And I'm pretty sure that I'm doing it all okay, but I think our son just has to get this out of his system.
So what? You're saying that it's all our kid's fault? I knew it. I knew he was weird. It's because you had him too late. You held him too long, and now he's just a little freak. How could you do this?
Neil, do not talk about our son that way. He may cry a lot, but that doesn't make him a freak. The doctor said that this was totally normal. I think we just have to be patient.
This is horrible. We should never have had kids. I never would have wanted this if I knew it was going to be this way.
What is the matter with you, Neil? I know that you're stressed out, but I don't think there's any need to talk like that. All parents have to overcome this, but it passes with time.
But you don't get it. This is the time of the year at the office where I really wanted to try and prove myself. I've been trying to take on more work so that my boss will notice how much I've been doing. And when I come home, all I want to do is rest. And just know that if I ever did find out that our son came out wrong, I will be taking you to court over it.
Neil, you're just being ridiculous right now. How would that even work? I'm sorry, but I think that we should maybe stop talking to each other until you get back home. But good luck with work. We'll get through this together. Hey, Neil. I know that it's your day off tomorrow, so I was wondering if you wanted to go and do the shopping with me? I was also thinking that we could go to the outlet mall, too.
Tomorrow? Well, yeah, it's my day off.
Great. I was thinking that we could buy some cute summer clothes for the baby and for ourselves. It's just been so long since I feel like the two of us got to leave the house together.
Sure, but there really isn't any reason for me to go with you. I mean, why can't you just go by yourself?
Oh, you mean that you don't want to come with me to do this?
No, I really don't want to go at all.
Oh, well, I see. Well, in that case, maybe I'll just order some clothes online. It's too hot to leave the house anyways.
But if you order them online, how are you going to know if they fit or not? I think you should go in person and check.
But I really would like it if you came along with me. I was hoping to get clothes for all of us and want you to pick out something for yourself.
No, I think you should know my style pretty well. I'm sure you'll find something good. You can go and do this all by yourself. I don't really feel like wasting my days off with a lame shopping trip.
I see. So then you're going to stay at the house and take care of the kid while I go out shopping then? I shouldn't be that long, maybe a couple hours at the most.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? If you're going to leave the house, the least you could do is take the kid with you. I'd like to be able to relax while you're gone.
Neil, you know how difficult it is taking Junior out, don't you? I'd have to pack a whole bag of things for him just for a little trip. And in this heat, dealing with all of that would just be too much, not to mention what the heat would do to Junior.
If that's what you're worried about, then why not go and do all the shopping in the evening when it cools down?
Because I wanted to go to a few stores and the grocery store as well. I don't want to have to do all of this shopping when it's already dark. I'm just asking you to watch our kid for a little bit. Is it really that big of a deal? I mean, it feels like you hardly spend any time at all with Junior these days. I think that you should watch him.
I am telling you that I want to be home by myself where I can rest in peace. I am going to sleep or watch TV or do whatever I want and not have to worry about some crying kid.
But you never even get up when Junior does cry. I'm always the one putting him back to sleep. Not only that, but you're usually the one that goes out and does the shopping. So can't we please do this together?
Nah, I don't really feel like doing that. You can go by yourself and take care of that.
Look, Neil, you can either help me watch Junior or you can help me run errands, but I am asking for your help. So please pick one. Because I know that you're tired and stressed, but I am also starting to hit my limits. So please, just give me a hand.
And why should I have to do that, huh? Why me? You were the one that had to go and give birth to that kid.
Are you serious? I literally don't even know what to say to something like that. You know it takes two to make a baby, right?
Well, I don't ever remember saying that I wanted a kid.
You definitely did. It was something that we talked about for a long time.
I didn't. I'm telling you, I don't remember saying a word to you.
How could you say something like that? Are you really going to act this way just because things are a little challenging right now? I can't believe you're acting this way.
You have no idea what you're talking about. And anyways, I have an important meeting tomorrow and have to make sure that I get all materials ready. So I don't have time to run any stupid errands with you, or to stay at home with the crying little brat either. In fact, this work was given to me personally by my boss.
This wouldn't happen to be the one I met, is it, Mr. Henderson?
Oh, so you do remember him. Him and his wife came over to eat dinner at our house once. He's actually the nephew of the current company president, and there are rumors that he's next in line to take over. So that's why I'm trying to get in his good graces now, so that when he's in charge, I'll be on his good side already. And that's why I need to make sure that I get everything just perfect for work tomorrow.
That's kind of interesting because Mr. Henderson never really struck me as someone to drive his staff too hard. If anything, I remember him saying that he really didn't try and give out overtime or weekend work. Are you sure that he'd really be happy to know that you took all this time on the weekend to still do work? I feel like if anything, he might not actually think that's a good thing.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Besides, I'll tell him that I did all the work on Friday. It's not like he's checking in on what I'm doing at home.
Sure, but I just wish that you weren't always bringing your work home with you. It would be different if we weren't married, but we are, and we have a child as well. So you can't concentrate completely on work and forget about the family that you have waiting for you at home, you know?
You say that now, but just wait until I get some big promotion for all my hard work. Then you'll see what I've been working toward this whole time. I'm doing this for the family. I'm doing this for Junior. I'm taking all the work I can do to earn my place here.
Hey, Neil, are you there? I think that something is wrong with the front door. For some reason, my key can't seem to unlock it. Are you home right now? Could you come and open the door for me, please? I think that we might have to go to a locksmith soon to get this solved.
Oh, I really don't think there's going to be any need to do that at all. You see, the door isn't broken. I just made it so you couldn't get in.
And just what do you mean by that? What did you do to it?
I already told, and you and the baby are banned from stepping foot in this house.
Excuse me? Just what do you mean by that? What's the matter with you?
Nothing is the matter with me, except for the fact that I want a good night's sleep. And I'm not going to be kept up all night by that child's wailing. So while you were out, I had the locks replaced on all the doors. You two can sleep outside tonight for all I care.
You mean you actually had the locks changed on our door, all so that you could get some sleep? Are you really going to make your own wife and child sleep out here for that reason?
You don't think that my sleep is important enough to merit that? This is going to be the first time in a long time that I'll sleep with no distractions. And then I'll be able to go to work ready to tackle any challenge and finally get that promotion.
If you really want to sleep that badly, then why don't you go somewhere? I mean, would it be so bad for you to go and just sleep at a hotel for a few nights?
You think that I'm going to waste money on a hotel room when I can just do this instead? If you don't want to sleep outside so badly, then why don't you go? You could go and stay at a hotel or maybe your parents' place or something like that.
Come on, you know that I don't have the time to go all the way out to stay with them. I mean, even if I flew, it would still take me a few hours to reach them.
Well then, I guess it sounds to me like you and Junior are spending the night outside then. Maybe you can go and try and find a bench at the park.
You're just horrible. How could you do this to your own family?
Well, what else did you really expect from not being able to make that kid stop crying? Since you weren't going to fix it, I knew that I had to take things into my own hands.
You really have no idea what you're talking about at all. There is nothing to fix. Babies crying is completely normal. You just couldn't be patient enough to wait this out. You're in the wrong here.
Of course I couldn't wait. You think I'm going to let my sleep be ruined for years, all for some baby? I'm not going to just sit there and let him rob me of my sleep, all because he doesn't know how to stop crying. And since I knew he was going to do it anyways, I figured that I might as well let him do that outside.
You are really taking this whole thing too far right now. I mean, how could you throw us out like this? What are you going to do if something happens to us, huh?
I don't think that you have anything to worry about. I mean, it's summer now. It's not like you two are going to freeze to death.
But what about the heat? You realize that it's still hot even at night, don't you? Babies can't control their temperature as well as adults can, and that's why Junior needs to be inside.
Oh, please, you're fine. Just keep him out of the sun, and nothing is going to happen. Besides, you're just getting him used to what it's like to be out in the heat. You really shouldn't be spoiling him like you're always doing, you know?
I am not spoiling anyone. I am only trying to make sure that the baby is safe and healthy. I'm sure that your parents worried just as much about you while you were growing up. Why are you even acting like this? I just don't understand why you're doing this.
Because if I have to go to work without enough sleep, do you think I'll work well? No, of course, I don't. It ruins my whole day and keeps me from getting anything worthwhile done. You have no idea how hard it is to be out working every single day. I mean, do you realize that if I didn't work, that we wouldn't have our lives? So how about you just get off my back for once?
You really are just so selfish. Do you even realize that? But fine, if this is how you want to do things, then be that way.
That was the plan, but just know that no matter how much you beg, I'm not going to let you back in the house. I'm finally going to get a full night's sleep. Hey, what the heck is going on? Where did you two go?
Well, I didn't see why Junior and I should spend the night outside, so I went to go and see your boss.
Oh, give me a break. Are you serious? You know that he called me, right? Why would you go to his house?
I only went to his house to talk about what you've been doing. I told him about how you threw us out.
Why would you go and tell him all of that? What is the matter with you? I don't think I've ever heard Mr. Henderson so upset with me before in my life.
Well, I only told him what you did to us, so if you're upset he's mad at you, you can only blame yourself.
I have been working so hard to carry favor with him for so long. I have been taking on all the extra work to try to impress him. Do you have any idea just how far back you've set me? You've ruined everything.
Right, but you were just putting on an act as a good employee, weren't you? You know that Mr. Henderson could see right through your act, right? He knew exactly what you were up to. So I'm afraid that you were already ruining your reputation for him all by yourself. And any goodwill you might have built up being a hard worker is all gone now.
But it's all because you had to go and visit him at his home and tattle on me. This has nothing to do with work at all.
I'm sorry, but I think your boss is the kind of person that cares about the character of his staff more than anything else. I mean, anyone can do a job, but the kind of person reflects on the business a lot. And now Mr. Henderson knows that he can't trust you any farther than he can throw you.
I can't believe you would do this to me. All of my hard work down the drain. I was going to make it rich and take care of you all.
I don't want anything to do with you anymore, Neil. In fact, I want a divorce from you.
Wait, you can't be serious. You really want to divorce me? Why would you say that?
By the way, you should know that your parents are going to be coming to the house tomorrow to take you back home with them.
Why are you telling all of these people what I've done? It's none of their business.
Well, you weren't listening to anything that I had to tell you, so I realized I had to bring in people who you would listen to. But both your boss and your parents agree that this is something you've done all by yourself. Especially Mr. Henderson. He really sympathized with me because he has 4 children already.
I don't care how many children he has. It was not your place to do this to me. Why are you always trying to sabotage my life?
You said yourself that you could only concentrate on your work as long as I kept the house clean, and then you kicked me out. I don't think you mean a word of any of what you said. You just make excuses for what's convenient for you in the moment.
I don't want to hear it from you. You ruined everything. I should have just driven you up a mountain and left you there.
And just what impression do you think you're giving to your boss when you say that? After all, I'm showing him your texts right now.
Wait, you mean that you're still with him right now?
Oh yes, him and his wife. And she is just furious that someone like you is even allowed to work in the same office as her husband. Anyway, Mr. Henderson is going to take us to a hotel where we'll spend the night. It sounds like you have a lot on your plate, so I'll leave you to it and send the divorce papers in the mail. Have a nice life, Neil.
No, you just can't leave me like this. What's the matter with you? How could you do this to me? You won't get away with this. I'm serious, Tabitha.
After that, I ignored my phone for the rest of the night. Mr. Henderson apologized the whole time for my husband's actions on the way to the hotel. I told him that he had nothing to apologize to me for at all. But after how upset his wife got, he knew that he would have to do something. He used his connections to demote Neil and put him in the basement where he'll have no chance of getting ahead. As for me, I called my parents and asked if I could stay with them while I get back on my feet. Since then, I've started working again while my parents take care of Junior. They were much more understanding about his crying, which actually ended up stopping just a couple of months later. I wish that Neil didn't act the way that he did, but I'm just glad that our divorce and custody agreement went smoothly and that I'll never have to see him again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Kelvin, on your way home from work today, would you make sure to pick up some cleaning detergent and bread? Both those things look like they're running out.
Will do.
Also, the last time you bought some detergent, it was the wrong stuff. The stuff we use in this house is in the white jug, not the pink jug, okay? The smell is what's different, so don't be making the same mistake as last time.
Sorry about that. I'll make sure to get the white jug this time. I promise to be careful.
You really don't know anything about this house, Kelvin.
But in the past, you had used the pink stuff too, right?
That was in the past. But then Paige started saying that she liked the white detergent more, right? That's why we started to buy it instead of the pink. We even had that conversation right in front of you, but I guess you weren't listening at all.
You always keep the conversations to yourself, though.
Well, that time we were talking right in front of you, so listen, please.
I'm sorry.
How about you start to think about your daughter and I more often, Kelvin? This is why Paige doesn't like you all that much.
What? She really doesn't like me?
No, she does not. She's even told me not to have her laundry mixed in with yours when I put them in the washer and dryer. She doesn't want to get whatever germs and smells you have.
I've been trying my best not to cause any trouble for her.
Even if you've been trying, you smell bad and haven't done anything about it.
Now that you bring it up, I've been told before by her not to get within 3 feet of her.
I'm sure she would say something like that. You are her father, yet she can't even respect you as such.
Well, I've been trying to do my best, with whatever I can do, to make sure I'm not disturbing anyone. And back when she was in elementary and middle school, I made sure to go to all her events to support her. I even made sure to never say anything rude to her. Back then, she would always listen to me too. When I'd ask her to come home right after school finished, she'd do so. But ever since she got into high school, she stopped listening to me and doesn't seem to want anything to do with me.
And that's because there is nothing she respects about you anymore. You barely make a decent paycheck and you don't even look that good anymore. To her, all you are is some strange old man. I think she has every right to start hating you, Kelvin, don't you?
A strange old man? I'm sure, considering my age, I am an old man to her.
Even I let out a sigh every once in a while when comparing you to other husbands in the area. You've started to lose a lot of your hair, and you always look a little dirty.
I can't help the fact that I'm balding now.
Anyhow, just know that I agree with her for hating you. I guess the only thing you can really try to do now is not annoy the both of us too much, and then I won't have to talk to you like this again. And the only other thing we ask of you is to keep making money, because that's all you really can do anymore.
Don't you feel a little bit rude saying something like that about me?
I'm just being honest is all. Besides making money, do you think you have anything else special about yourself?
Molly? I'm sorry.
About what?
I really want you to take a deep breath and listen to what I have to say.
Seriously? What is all of this about? You're starting to scare me a little.
The company that I've been working for, well, they just went bankrupt. And that now means that everyone who was working there is being laid off.
Huh? Then what are you going to do?
Well, that's the first thing I'll do is file for unemployment.
You're telling me you're just going to be unemployed now?
That's what's happening. But for a few months, I'll be getting paid unemployment, as well as a small amount from the company.
What the heck, Kelvin? There's no way this is happening right now.
It'll be all right, Molly. I'm going to get right back out there and start looking for a new job again. me right now?
Very, very serious, Kelvin. And you have to understand, after all that's happened this month, that divorce was coming, right? You lost your job and became unemployed. And you still haven't found a new job yet, even though it's been 30 days since then.
Since then, I've had a lot of paperwork to fill out and things to work on. Also, you were asking me to find jobs with certain salaries and benefits, but in this area, there were no jobs that fit what you wanted.
I'm not here to listen to your excuses. I want you out of the house. So go.
I understand that I shouldn't have the dignity of being your husband and a father, and that for the past month, you both haven't been able to rely on me that much. But this whole time, I have thought of you both as the most important people in my life. I always have.
You can think of us however you'd like, but both Paige and myself don't want to live with a man like you in this house. Paige has even told me she doesn't want to be seen breathing the same air as you either.
That's a really heartbreaking thing to say about one's own father.
Just shut up already. Now you get your parasitic old ass out of the house. Go!
Parasitic?
That's what you're going to be described as now. Paige started calling you that, so I thought that I'd join her in using it. By having you continue to live with the both of us, our savings will continue to drain away. We don't need some useless old man in this house anymore if all he's going to do is use up our money.
But all of that money happened to be the same money I brought into this house.
Excuse me? I was the one that helped save some of it up, so it's both our money. Also, as of right now, Paige is out looking for her own job. Having an unemployed man like you in this house will only spell bad luck for the both of us as we try and save money up. You are in both of our ways, so hurry up and get lost already. There is literally no merit to living with you anymore.
But after you and I get this divorce, what will you do? Will you go out and find a job yourself?
You have a lot of nerve being worried about me even after the divorce happens, Kelvin. But you really don't have to worry about me. I happen to have myself an amazing person now.
Huh? Have you been cheating on me?
I just said that I have an amazing person right now, didn't I? Him and I haven't done anything personal yet. But it'll only be a matter of time until we do start to get physical with one another.
I see. I understand everything now.
You never had the right to say yes or no to this divorce in the first place, so you should have understood all of this from the start. Also, the remainder of Paige's tuition and such will all be handled by me. That means I'll be taking all that money you had saved up for her.
All right. I'll leave you to handle all of that.
So this means you'll be out of the house by the end of the day, right? It's not like you have a lot of things to pack up to begin with, so you can make this very quick and simple. Now get going and leave the house. We can talk about things like the divorce and all that later on. Kelvin, long time no see.
Is this your number, Molly?
What? Did you go and delete all of my contact information from your phone or something?
I did. I was assuming I'd never need to talk to you again, and that the same went for you. Didn't you say something along those lines back when we had our divorce? And how you never wanted me talking to you or Paige ever again. That's why I went ahead and deleted both of your contact details from my phone.
I suppose I did say something like that. I went ahead and left your information in my phone, though.
Oh, is that right then? But it's not like you ever needed to do that, right? You are totally fine to go ahead and delete my information now as well, if you want.
Listen, Kelvin, ever since the divorce, I've had some time to relax and take a few days to think about things.
Think about what things? Anything that have to do with me?
Well, of course, things that have to do with you.
We are already divorced, though, and that chapter of our lives has ended. You shouldn't be thinking about anything that has to do with me anymore.
I'm sorry, Kelvin. You can come back to us after all, please. After having you out of the house for a few months, both myself and Paige have come to understand just how important you really were. Also, I heard this from one of my friends. You ended up finding yourself a new job in a very large company? Since you're working full-time again, Paige is even saying you're more than welcome to come back home. So, what do you think about living with us one more time?
What? I'm still unemployed though, Molly.
Huh? So you're not working yet?
That's right. Back when I had you both, I felt obligated to work all the time in order to take care of you guys. But ever since I became single again, I don't really feel the need to stress myself anymore. I still have the money that was in my savings, and I'm still getting unemployment. So with that money, I've decided to take things slowly and think long and hard about what I really want to do next.
What? But I heard all about this from one of your old coworkers. They told me you're working overseas right now.
That is true actually. However, I wouldn't call this work or anything. Rather, I'd call it helping out. I left the States to go out and relax a little, and that's when I ran into another American and we began to bond with one another. Right now I'm with her, and by helping her, she helps pay for me to stay here. A little while ago, I had done a video call with some of my old coworkers. They must have thought that I was actually working and making money here or something.
But the fact that you're still overseas is really cool. I never knew you wanted to get out of the US and explore things like that. Are you able to speak any other language besides English?
Back when I was working at that previous company, there were a few foreigners working with me as well. They taught me Spanish and French, and now I'm able to speak pretty conversationally in both.
Is that right? Hey, would it be all right if I joined you as well?
What? Why?
Because to me, you're very important.
The only thing that's important to you is money, right? A little while back, I got a few calls from Paige about it as well. She told me about how you used up some of those savings that were meant to pay off Paige's tuition.
What?
I heard about this from Paige as well, but she was saying that your other man had ended up running away from you, right? That really sucks, doesn't it?
You're wrong, Kelvin. All of that has nothing to do with this. I was already starting to realize that he wasn't cut out for me. And that was before he left me. I began to realize that you're far better at being my husband than he could ever be.
What are you talking about, Molly? You're making it seem like you're okay now after all that's happened. And how could I say that I am far off better at being your husband than him, when the whole time I was with you, you constantly belittled me and made me feel unwanted?
I never did anything like that.
Oh, please. Every day was that way with you. You were always letting me know that besides the fact that I was making money, there was nothing else about me worthwhile to you. And yet, even with you always saying things like that to me, I still stuck around. I had plenty of memories from back when you and Paige were kind to me and enjoyed my presence to keep me going.
I'm really sorry. I did a lot of terrible things to you. But right now, I've really thought about all of that and changed. So please, come home to us. Or better yet, I can come out there and be with you.
And what would Paige do at that point?
She's in college now, right? Oh, she can manage all of that by herself now. She's even been out of the house since yesterday. I'm sure to her, she doesn't really need me anymore.
I see. I'm happy to see that money I gave Paige is going to good use then.
What?
I made sure to send Paige whatever amount of money you took from her and that college fund.
Why did you do that? You're going to be that nice to a little bratty girl that said and did so many mean things to you?
There were a lot of days where the things she said and did shocked the hell out of me. But just because she had that attitude with me doesn't take away the fact that she's still my daughter. I'm sure that's pretty soft of me to say that after all I've been through. But I was a little bit worried that if I didn't help her out at least this last time, not only would she regret things, but so would I.
Then why don't you help me out as well? If things don't change for me, then I won't be able to manage anymore.
So within 2 months, you blew through all the money that you got in the divorce and dipped your fingers into your daughter's college fund. That's pretty freaking bad of you, Molly.
I was a real idiot back then. I took advantage of how nice you were to Paige and I, and that's why things are the way they are now.
It's too late now, though. You told me to leave because I was no more use to you, right? But then, when you're in trouble, you have the nerve to be asking for me to come back and help you? No way, that's not how things work. You should know that by now. And if you don't, then let me teach you right now.
I'm so very sorry, Kelvin. I'm asking you, please, Kelvin. From now on, I'll do anything you ask of me. I won't ever belittle you again or make fun of you. I will make sure every word that comes out of my mouth is something kind when talking to you.
I'm sorry. After becoming single, I've thought about things a lot myself. For now on, I want to take big strides into making a new life for myself.
And I'm telling you that you're very important to me, Kelvin.
But I know deep down, I'm just not that important to you.
What?
I mean, it was you who was always using all the money I made and put into the house, right? Yet you'd still tell me I wasn't making enough for you. And then you took any money I did want to use and put it towards yourself. You would use all the money to treat yourself to all kind of nice foods and branded clothing.
You knew about all of that?
But even with all that in mind, I always told myself that if that's what made our family work, then I couldn't complain. And at the time, I never really had any hobbies or anything to be spending all that money on anyways.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I promise to never spend all your money like that again. I'll make sure to help you save that money up, so please give me one more chance.
Back when the company went bankrupt, things were really difficult for me. But even with all the anxiety I was feeling, all the pain and everything in my gut, you told me I was worth nothing to the family. And you even went ahead and told me later you found yourself an amazing person. I'm not stupid enough to let a woman like you get one more chance with me, right?
That wasn't how I really felt back then. I was just trying to act tough was all. Please, Kelvin, please come back and help me. I can't do any of this on my own anymore. I've always been a housewife, and there's no way someone like myself can find and work a job now.
All of that done and said, and yet you still think I'd want you back? You really must need to be taught a good lesson in how things really work. It's not healthy for you to keep thinking you can sit there and beg others to do everything for you. That's why I don't think it's worth helping you anymore. And I've actually learned that you of all people weren't worth anything to me that whole time. After that, I continued to get call after call, text after text from my ex, so I went ahead and just blocked her number for good. We had already finished everything that had to do with our divorce and splitting of property, so there was really no reason for me to leave her unblocked in the first place. Later on, my ex was no longer able to pay the bills for the house, and soon all the water and electricity was cut off and she couldn't live there anymore. And as for the money she got from me in the divorce, it was all used on her boyfriend within the first 2 months. As of right now, I'm not really sure at all about how she's living or even where she's living, but I never ever want to hear from her or see her again. When it comes to myself, I ended up being hired by the company my American friend I met overseas was running. And even now, I'm living overseas, enjoying my new life outside the US. And when we would talk about my daughter, we recently begun talking to one another every so often again about our lives. Having only graduated from college just a few weeks ago, she is finally starting to understand how hard it is to find a job and work full-time. This made her understand just how horrible she was being back when living with me by saying all those hurtful things about me and since then she felt very sorry for all of it. But even with her feeling sorry, that's not going to help my already scared heart fully heal. I asked that after my daughter had gotten settled in with her work and everything, to start paying me back all the money I sent her. I told her that if she really didn't have it in her to, she didn't have to send that money back, but she told me she would as another way of showing that she understands just how horrible of a daughter she was in the past. After she's paid me back every penny I gave her, I'm thinking of going back to the US for a little bit to see her and talk with her face to face. I really don't want to make my new life all about myself. Even though I had lost my family for a bit, I still want to keep my daughter around me. Up until now, we really haven't talked about anything deep, but when I get back and see her face to face, I think we should sit down and let everything we feel out. Then the both of us can be detoxed and only have to worry about making new lives we have the best they can be for ourselves.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Nina, Mom texted me again.
Okay, I got it.
What? You already know what she texted me about? I haven't told you what she texted me yet. What's with that attitude?
I know that she's complaining about me again. I'm already used to it, Kyle. She's probably complaining about the fact that I still have a job. She wants me to quit my job and become a housewife to take care of the household properly. Or did she complain about how she still hasn't been able to meet her grandchild? Does she think it's my fault that I'm still not pregnant? And she must be complaining about how I always talk back to her, right? She hates everything about me. So, I think I know your mother pretty well. But did I guess right?
Well, yeah. That's basically what she texted me about. I hope you treat her more kindly, though. She's my mom, and you're her daughter-in-law. I didn't have a father, but she took great care of me while she worked hard to support us. I think you'll understand her better if you spend more time with her.
I spend enough time with her, in my opinion.
Really? Mom always tells me that you never pay attention to what she says when you're with her. I bet she's feeling lonely.
I do pay attention. I might or might not reply, but I'm listening.
You should give her a nod or something when she's talking to you. At least you can do that, can't you? I'm not asking you to do something that's hard. Just be a good daughter-in-law and give her a short reply and nod when she talks to you, okay?
If I keep on nodding and agreeing to her, I'll have to quit my job and become a housewife like she wants me to. She really hates how I also have a job. That's probably what she hates most about me.
That's a different story. She won't force you to do anything.
It's not a different story. You don't understand how forceful she looks from my perspective. Hey, Kyle, I thought you were on my side. You're my husband, so I hope you could understand my position too. I think I'm doing housework properly, although I have a job, and I'm really trying my best to be a good wife for you.
If you want to be a good wife, I expect you to handle things better with my mom. It's your job to keep a good relationship with my mom, okay? We're a family now, and you should think of her as your real mother too. It might be hard at first, but it's what everyone faces when they get married. We each have to compromise so that we can be a family. I don't think it's so much of a big deal. All other couples seem to be figuring it out themselves, but why can't you do better?
I'm trying my best, you know. Can't you be a bit more supportive of me? I'm having a hard time too. I'm struggling to fit in.
I'm also having a hard time because of you. Mom keeps complaining about you, and it's pretty annoying.
So you're blaming me? It's not just my fault.
If you would be kinder to Mom, she would start to accept you as her daughter. It's up to you, Nina. Try approaching her first. She can be shy sometimes, so it would be better if you start breaking the ice between the two of you.
I've already tried approaching her, but all my efforts were in vain. It never worked out between me and your mother. She seems to hate me since we got married. I have no idea why, but she was always cold to me.
No, You're overthinking, Nina. It's just that Mom is a pretty straightforward person. She's direct with what she says, so it might have made her look as though she was harsh with you.
I don't think so.
Nina, can you mature up a bit?
Kyle, I'm being really mature here. Even when she treated me really harshly, I was never cold to her. I always try to start a conversation with a smile. I'll try one last time to approach your mother so that we could improve our relationship. But if I fail again, I'm going to give up. I've tried enough.
All right, give it one last try. Oh, by the way, Nina, make sure you clean our bedroom after you come home today.
What? Again? I vacuumed the bedroom floor yesterday. I don't think we have to vacuum every day. We're both busy with work, and we barely spend any time there except for when we go to sleep.
It's summer now, so I prefer to change the bed sheets more often. I sweat a lot, so I want to wash them regularly. You're so lazy and unhygienic.
Gosh, Kyle, just do it yourself if you want the bed sheets changed every day. I have a job too. I don't have enough time to do whatever you tell me. I'm not a housemaid. First of all, you get home earlier than me. You have more time to spend at home, so can't you help me with the housework?
You know that I can't do these things. I don't even know how to use the washing machine or the dishwasher. The reason I married you in the first place is because I needed someone to look after me and to do the housework for me.
When we just got married, you promised that you would learn how to do housework so that we could help each other. In order to get things done around the house, we have to work together, Kyle.
I do help you with the housework. I take out the trash, remember?
That's the very least you can do.
Come on, Nina. Just do it for me, okay? Wash the bed sheets when you come home. And I want fish for dinner today.
All right. I'll prepare some grilled fish for dinner today. Can you cut the bread for me before I get home?
I don't want to do it.
Do it. Understood?
Okay. I'm cutting the bread for you. So you better wash the bed sheets and change them to new ones before I go to sleep today.
Kyle, where are you? Are you still not on your way home?
It's my day off, Nina. Let me do whatever I want. You can't control me just because you're my wife.
Kyle, I'm not trying to be controlling or anything. Your mother came over and she's with me now, so I was hoping you could come home early.
Oh, Mom's here?
It's my day off, so I had plans too. There's so many things I wanted to do, but now my schedule is ruined. Your mother suddenly visits saying she wanted to have lunch at our house. So I cooked for her, and she just finished eating as she complained about how horrible my cooking skills were.
What is she doing now?
She's taking a nap. I guess she got sleepy after being so full.
She's like a little child, huh?
It's not funny at all. I was planning to go shopping this afternoon. So I planned to have her go home after she ate lunch, but she complained about how our living room was unorganized, so I'm cleaning up while she's sleeping on the couch.
You could go shopping on another day. You have enough clothes. You don't need more. Spend some quality time with my mom. Bond with my mom and try to know her better.
I was planning to go buy some groceries and daily necessities. We're running out of toilet paper and drinking water. It's not like I'm going window shopping, okay? I have plans too.
Come on, be flexible, Nina.
You had enough fun this morning. Can you come home and be with your mother so that I can go shopping? I really have to go. You need to help me.
I can't go home yet. I'm with my friends right now. I can't just leave them.
Then can you at least tell your mother to let us know before she comes over? Tell her to give us a call or a text before she decides to visit us on the weekends. If she keeps on coming over like this without telling us beforehand, I can't get anything done.
I bet she's starting to like you. She probably wants to talk with you more.
If she really is starting to like me, I don't think she'll be this mean, complaining about every single thing I do.
Maybe that's how Mom shows affection. I told her she can be shy sometimes. I guess she's too shy to express her affection towards you openly. But if she keeps coming on over the weekend, it's going to be pretty annoying for me too. I'll tell her to check with us before she comes over. Don't worry. Yeah, that would be great. Thanks.
So what time are you coming home today? Don't be too late, okay?
I'll be home by 8. I won't be eating dinner today, so you don't have to cook for me tonight.
Okay. Make sure to explain to me about the credit card bill when you get home.
Uh-oh. Did I spend too much money this month?
I couldn't believe my eyes when I got the bill. You're using up most of your salary. What are you thinking? Can't you plan better?
Sorry, Nina. I had to spend some money to bond with my new clients. It might help me get a new promotion.
Some? It's a huge amount, Kyle. I'm really angry this time. I can't just let you spend this much money every month.
Being a man is hard sometimes. You might not get it because you're a woman. It's a guy thing, okay?
Gosh, Kyle, are you serious? Can you come up with better excuses? I've given you so many chances already. I try not to be nosy, but I've had enough.
I'm sorry, Nina. Give me one last chance. I'll make sure not to use so much money next month. I promise.
You're just words. You never keep your promise. If you keep on using your credit card like this, I'll have to take it away from you.
Okay, I'll be careful next time. Oh, sorry, Nina. Let's talk again later. My friend wants me to start the car. We'll talk again when I get home, okay?
Okay.
Take care of my mom while she's with you.
Nina, what are you thinking? How shameless can you be? What would your neighbor think? I can't believe how shameless you are. I'm so embarrassed to be your mother-in-law. What a shameless daughter-in-law. What a shameless person you are. How dirty.
Hello, what's going on? I don't understand what you're talking about. What made you think that I'm shameless?
Think about what you're doing right now. Can't you think before you speak?
What? I'm very confused.
It's still in the afternoon. The sun is still bright in the sky. Can't you wait until it gets darker in the night when you make love with my son? I can hear your high-pitched screams from the outside. Tone it down, please.
I really have no idea what you're talking about.
You still don't understand what I'm trying to tell you? I didn't know you were this stupid. Do you know where I was just now?
Why would I know?
I was in front of your house. Kyle told me not to come over without telling you two beforehand. I thought you might be up to something. I had to make sure you weren't doing anything stupid, so I decided to secretly check on you two. Then I heard your screams and cries from the house. Ugh, I don't even want to remember it.
I'm not actually home right now. My husband is supposed to be the only one at home.
What did you say? Then, what did I hear? It was a woman's voice.
Maybe it was from the TV?
That can't be it. I heard the voice calling my son's name, and the voice sounded real. It can't be from a video. I know you're embarrassed, but stop lying to me.
I'm really not at home right now. I'm with my friends right now. My close friend got pregnant, so we're having a celebration.
Then, does that mean? No, this can't be happening.
Are you sure that you heard a woman's voice from our house? You're telling me the truth, right?
I'm going back to make sure.
No, you don't have to. Please, just leave them alone. For now, at least.
But
I knew that my husband was acting a bit weird lately, but I never expected him to invite someone over to our house when I was outside. I thought he knew better than that.
I'm sorry on behalf of my son. I didn't know he was the type of person to do something so awful like this.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm glad I got to know the truth. Could you please help me for once? I need your help to make things right.
I'll be willing to help you. I'll do anything for you, Nina. It's my responsibility as his mother. I can't forgive my son who did the exact same thing my ex-husband has done to me. He knew that I hated my ex-husband for it, yet he decided to do the same.
Thank you very much. You'll be a great help. I'll contact you again shortly. Kyle, are you already home?
Yep, I'm home. Are you on your way home? Get me some beer. I also want some snacks. I completely forgot that I finished all of them yesterday.
Go buy them yourself.
I don't have time to. I'm gonna take a shower.
Me too.
What?
Your mother came to pick me up, so I'm already in front of the house.
Mom picked you up? Wait a minute. What the hell is going on?
This is weird. The door is locked from the inside. Unlock it for me. I can't come in.
No. Hang on for a minute.
Your mother wants to get inside to cool down. It's really hot tonight. Come on, open the door.
Give me 5 minutes.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to make her leave from the back door.
What?
We can easily imagine what you're gonna do. Your mother's already waiting in front of the back door, so just give up, okay? We want to talk to both of you. Open the door, and then we'll have a little chat inside.
I'm really sorry, Nina.
I don't need your meaningless apologies. Stop it, Kyle.
No, I have to talk to you. Please listen to me. I was never serious with her. Believe me. I just went with the flow. I had no other choice.
I don't care if you were serious with her or not. It doesn't change the fact that you cheated on me and that you brought her home while I was working. Gosh, I can't believe what you did to me.
Yeah, I did. But I love you the most. Nina.
So what? If you really loved me, I doubt you'll ever cheat on me.
Please come home. I miss you so much. Can we sort this out together? Give me a chance. Nina, I promise I'll do better next time. I don't want to get a divorce. What the hell are you thinking?
You're expecting me to go back to the house where you made love with her so many times? You must be crazy.
If you don't like the house, we can move out. We were just renting it anyway. We can buy a new house together.
I don't like the house, and most importantly, I don't like you. I don't want to live with you anymore. I can't stand it. I'm telling you that I want to get divorced because I no longer love you, okay?
No, I don't want a divorce. You can't leave me. I really love you. Nina, it was her who made the first move on me in the first place. She was stressed out with work, so I was just trying to make her feel better.
Making her feel better with your body, huh? And just to remind you, she said that she was serious with you. She also told me she'll pay me compensation money. You're the only one making excuses here.
I don't know about her, but I was never serious with her. She works for me. I just can't reject her, can I? It might affect our work. I had no other choice.
You had other choices, believe me. And you even made me wash the bed sheets after you used the bed with her. You're disgusting, really. You creep the hell out of me.
I'm really sorry about that, but I was being considerate of you, Nina. I thought you might want it washed before you slept on the bed.
Then why didn't you just do it yourself? Why are you making your wife clean up your mess? You must have lost your damn mind.
I'm really in a live or die situation, Nina. I really need your help. She threatened me that she'll tell my company about the affair if I don't agree to getting together with her. If the company finds out, I might lose my job.
It's a private thing. They shouldn't be able to fire you. Unless you were making out in the office or something.
What am I supposed to do if everyone else at work finds out about our affair? Are you expecting me to work there while everyone talks about me behind their backs?
God, Kyle, you're the one to be blamed for doing something shameless. You deserve it, and you should take responsibility for your actions.
But I can't go through this alone. I was doing great at work, and I'm in debt. I need a job to pay the money back. I just can't change jobs now. My job now gives me a great salary. I can't lose this opportunity.
None of my business. It's all your fault that you're in this situation now.
Nina, you really have to help me. I can't go through this alone.
Just get together with her. You get to keep your job. She gets to have you. It's a win-win. Everything will be fine after that, no?
I really never wanted to get together with her. I never planned to get married to her. I told you I was never serious with her.
Shut up.
And I think her salary won't be enough to support our living. I really need you in my life, Nina.
So are you telling me that you prefer to be with me because I get paid enough to pay back your debts to support both of our livings?
No, that's not it. You're misunderstanding me.
Yes, it is. And I think I understand you pretty well. You told me that you had debts to pay back after we got married. Not telling me beforehand wasn't really fair for me, but I decided to give you a chance. I didn't quit my job and chose not to become a housewife because I wanted to pay back all the money as soon as possible. I wanted to have kids, but I thought it would be better if we pay all your debts first.
I'm sorry, Nina. I didn't know I was pressuring you to work.
When your mother verbally attacked me saying that I should quit my job and support you as a housewife, you never protected me from her harsh words. You were never on my side. Let me be completely honest with you. You were never, ever a good husband to me.
I promise I'll do better next time. Give me one last chance.
You made me do everything around the house as if I was a housemaid. Then you cheated on me and even invited her to come over to sleep in our bed. I'm tired of working for you, looking after you, and being lied to. I had enough of you.
I really regret everything I did to you, Nina. So I hope you can be by my side and see how I change for the better. I'll prove that I'm not just words. Please give me one last chance.
You regret everything, huh? Then go on regretting all your life choices alone. I don't have time for that. I can't stand being with someone like you anymore. I deserve better.
Mom says that she'll break relations with me as well. I'm gonna be completely alone.
I don't care. I thought you preferred that way. I was the one who always looked after her when she visited us. You did nothing. You said she was annoying and never really respected her. You know that your mom got divorced with your dad because he had an affair with a different woman, right?
So she's furious that I did the same thing to you.
Yeah, I saw her throwing a vase at you when we broke into the house while you were trying to make her leave. It was like a scene from a movie. But you know what I really enjoyed? It was hilarious when you screamed like a girl seeing your mother there.
There's nothing funny about that. And she told me that I wouldn't get to inherit anything from her because I'll no longer be her son.
You should blame yourself. It's all your fault.
Nina, I'm really sorry. You just can't leave me like this. Please forgive me. I'm begging you.
You are so annoying. How many times do I have to tell you?
I can't live without you. I need someone to take care of me.
Oh my God, Kyle, you're an adult. You should be able to look after yourself. You have a job and a stable income. You can support yourself.
Please don't dump me. I really need you. You're the only one I can depend on, Nina. You have to help me. If you leave me, I'm gonna lose everything. It's over for me.
You're the one who cheated on me, betrayed me, and lost my trust. Blame your own actions. How can you be so shameless to beg for my help when you cheated on me and treated me like a housemaid? I never ever want to see you again. Don't come begging for help because you're just someone I used to know. Just agree to our divorce and pay me compensation money. That's the least you could do as my husband. My husband was very reluctant to get divorced, and he tried to talk me into it until the very last moment. So I arranged a meeting with both of us and his mother there to make him sign the papers. He no longer could object with his furious mother glaring at him for the whole time. Whenever he tried to object and make excuses, his mother would slap him in the face, and I swear she nearly punched him in the end. It's a secret that looking at him being slapped in the face made me laugh. I was trying so hard to hide my laugh. And because he didn't agree to getting remarried with the girl he had an affair with, she told the company about it, and soon everyone in his office knew about his affair. He was quickly moved to another department after that. Obviously, he didn't have enough money to pay for his compensation, so I had him sell his expensive belongings like his car. He was able to pay half of what I asked him to pay after selling his stuff, but I'll have to wait for the other half. We agree that he'll pay in installments, and if he ever missed the deadline, I'm definitely going to seize all of his assets. Now he has to pay back his debts all alone. He seems to have a really hard time making ends meet. I saw him on his way to work the other day, but he looked worn out, and his suit was all tattered. I honestly think he deserves it, so there's no way I feel sorry for him. I'm glad I was able to realize I was stupid for supporting him just because I was his wife, no matter how harshly he treated me. After I got a divorce and moved out of the house, I temporarily stayed at his mother's house until I found a new place to live. After spending some time with her, I realized that she wasn't such a bad person. She wanted me to quit my job because she was cheated on by her husband while she was at work. She didn't want me to make a similar mistake. I was really able to bond with her while I stayed at her house, and now I'm closer to her than ever. I'm glad I was finally able to bond with her, but it also makes me sad that I'm not related to her anymore. She's very thoughtful and invites me over to have dinner with her once in a while. Our relationship might seem a bit weird, but I'm glad to have her by my side. I'm going to move on with my life and start anew. I still have a long way to go in life. I can't waste my life on him.